and also New Orleans. Online, it's lmfj.com.
Previous hailstorms have caused hidden damage to countless Baton Rouge homes. Rice and Roofing spots the damage, makes the claim, and replaces your roof. You pay only your insurance deductible, never anything more. Call Rice and Roofing today and schedule your free inspection. 330-3513.
RiceandRoofing.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
In the mood for fun, fast food everyone will love? Then slide through Small Sliders. They've got made-to-order cheeseburger sliders, waffle fries, and milkshakes. Visit them in Baton Rouge, Prairieville, or Denham Springs and place your pickup or delivery order now at smallsliders.com. Please consider making a donation locally through St. Vincent de Paul that truly helps people in need. If you have a boat, car, motorcycle, RV, clothing, housewares, or furniture you no longer use, please consider donating it to St. Vincent de Paul. This donation could get you a tax deduction. Visit svdpbr.org.
This is Will Campbell with the Tigers. Louisiana National Bank is committing to making every interaction with its customers an experience that's more exceptional than any you've ever encountered. If you're looking for a teammate to help you achieve your financial dreams, come see one of the Louisiana National Bank's uncommon bankers. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Tuesday, May 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 92. In hour one of today's show, we'll preview LSU baseball's early start at the SEC tournament. We'll also talk about the latest news surrounding LSU's women's basketball program. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what happening, y'all? Welcome in. Game day here in studio. That's right, baby. Hoover getting underway today. A little SEC tournament action, and we're going to break all of it down here in hour number one, as I spent much of my day yesterday parsing through various sources, trying to figure out exactly what's at stake going into Hoover. And I'll say this, I think maybe I was caught up in the moment. I think I presented maybe a bit too much of an open and shut case on LSU already being in the SEC tournament. I don't think it's a guarantee. We get into why. But obviously, I think if you beat Georgia today, it probably is locked up, right? So a ton on the line going to the Battle of the Bulldogs. We'll break down the game itself, look at the tournament as a whole, what's at stake for each team, and how do you decide which of the 5 13-win SEC teams end up making the NCAA tournament. YouTube.com/1045ESPN. If you want to get involved, by for YouTube chat's a fun place to hang out. What's going on, everybody? We got Jake, Alondra, Taylor, the whole crew here today. How we feeling today?
Feeling good, but you're not alone in thinking LSU baseball has at this point done enough. D1 baseball had their latest projection, and they had LSU as a 3 seed in Stillwater, Oklahoma State's region there with Dallas Baptist and Lamar. So not too far off base to think that LSU. And now,
well, if we just want to dive into it, the problem is traditionally 13 wins and a top 30 RPI gets you in.
Yeah.
LSU has those things. Even a loss against Georgia, Georgia's so good that it would not drop you out of the top 30. It just becomes the fact that 11 SEC teams have those things, including the other 5 13-win teams. And do you have 11? And by the way, there's only ever been 10 teams from a conference in the tournament. Should probably change with conference expansion eventually.
It will.
The SEC's had 10 teams make it 4 times. The ACC's had 10 teams make it once. Will they break precedent and put an 11th team in, or does one of LSU, South Carolina, I mean, their recent forms working against them. Alabama's kind of on the
Vanderbilt's
bubble as
recent
well.
form is working against them. They're a last four-in type team. LSU wasn't even, like, the latest D1 projection. They weren't even a last four-in.
Oh, okay. Do love that.
Like, they were in. I'm trying to think who the last four. I know Vanderbilt was a part of the last four-in because just like South Carolina, they've been going the complete opposite way. So last four-in for D1 baseball, Coastal Carolina, Troy, Vanderbilt, and UNC Wilmington. First four out, Cincinnati, Louisville, Cal, and Xavier. So they've got those SEC teams outside of Vanderbilt firmly in.
And it's and again, it would make sense using traditional metrics. I think a couple things maybe working against LSU here. They have a weaker intra-conference schedule. So compared to some other SEC schedules, them and Vanderbilt did not play particularly hard ones compared to the other 13-win teams. They also lost series to 3 of the 5 13-win teams, which, again, that Alabama game just continues to loom so large as you drop series to Vandy, Florida, and Bama. One thing you do have going for you, I suppose, is you've got a great KPI, which we mentioned yesterday, and you've got a very good Quad 2 record for whatever that's worth. You didn't play as many Quad 1 games as a lot of the other 13-win teams, but you played and have you're the only team 500 or better in Quad 2 games amongst a bunch everybody else well under 5. So look, there's a lot of different metrics here, but more likely than not, after hearing that, Jake, I would say, and probably more likely than not, LSU will get in if you're just doing objectively. It kind of becomes a college football conversation. Are we doing best or most deserving, right? If you're doing best, all 11 teams should clearly get in, according to the data. But you know how I feel about that, right? Like, because other conferences will yell, well, if you were 11th in your conference and only won 13 conference games, should you get in the tournament? And that's what will be decided. Again, LSU could erase all of that if they would go beat Georgia at 9:30 a.m. today.
One of the things going for LSU, and we talked about some of this on air, but also off air yesterday, you've got wins against top 25 teams at a conference in Louisiana Lafayette. You have wins against Texas. You have a dominant win against the Conference USA champion, Louisiana Tech, as well. So those wins at the time, and even maybe now, people might roll their eyes at some of those wins, but those mean a lot when you're trying to stack resumes together.
Well, I think it's one of the reasons why I think their KPI is so strong. Remember, that's a new thing the committee's taking into account here, which factors in more than just RPI. It's not just raw wins. It's quality of opponent. Were you on the road? Were you at home?
Yeah. And
it's if you look at the SEC through KPI, well, they begin to dominate. I think the top 5 teams in the SEC, the top 5 KPI ranked teams are all from the conference, whereas in RPI, I think North Carolina sneaks in the top 5 at a certain point. LSU 21 with that KPI metric. So again, more likely than not in, just depends on what the committee wants to do on Selection Monday. It does sound low, though, like, because I mentioned Vanderbilt, along with LSU, have one of the weaker kind of overall schedules there, especially in the SEC itself. It sounds like maybe combined with its current form, that out of the 5 teams, Vandy would be 5th. LSU, South Carolina, some mixture of 3rd and 4th. And then, but I mean, I don't know, because like Florida's only 2 games above 500. How much does that stick with the committee? South Carolina's lost 6 SEC games in a row. Like we said, Bama, it go a lot of different ways. I guess the overall point is,
Bama, South Carolina, one of those teams is going to add another loss to their tally today.
Yeah.
They're not going to have the ability because they're playing against each other. Florida and Vanderbilt, kind of same situation. And so maybe, you get this one win, and that's literally what you have to do just to 100% put you in, because those teams are going to have losses.
I think that's on the line for all these 13-win teams. A win will likely cement you, whereas a loss is going to have you sweat out Selection Monday. So I guess the overall point of this is one of the more exciting Hoovers that we've seen in a while, where, again, 5 different teams vying for a tournament spot, and that doesn't get into like a 17-13 Mississippi State on the edge of hosting. How about that? 17 SEC wins and not even guaranteed a host spot. Kind of crazy. They say it's because their RPI is 23 right now. They need to get into the teens. A couple of wins would do that. And again, exciting Hoover. Who do they start with? Ole Miss. Right? I mean, let's go, dude.
Now, I mean, they're so close to being able to host. They would get one of, and I don't. There's nothing going to be easy about going on the road, but they would right now. They're projected to go to Indiana State's regional.
I mean, especially when you're talking about the power of Duty Noble, that is you better not screw this up. You have a lot to play for if you're those Bulldogs. The UGA Bulldogs, it's interesting, Jake. Again, not all schedules created equally. Also 17-13, but right now, with an RPI of 6, guaranteed host could potentially become maybe the 5th SEC national seed if they play very well. So Georgia also with a bit to play for, though maybe not as desperate as some of these other teams.
Yeah, D1 Baseball has them as that number 8 national seed.
Already?
Yeah, right now they do, with Florida State being Florida State's a great story, missed the ACC tournament a year ago, and now they're a top 10 team in the country. So, look, still a lot to be played out here in these conference tournaments. Going back to a couple of different teams we were talking about, like Louisiana Tech's a 2 seed right now.
Wow.
Yeah, in Texas A&M's region. So, again, those wins, and that means a lot, and we'll see what these teams can continue to do in their conference tournaments. And so a lot of SEC at the top. You've got Kentucky, the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah, 22-8 conference record, dude.
Tennessee, the 2, A&M, the 3. And so to your point earlier about outside of North Carolina breaking in at 4 because Arkansas is 5, that probably helps you if you're LSU, just knowing the competition you played against. And again, it's not supposed to matter, but those 3 letters across your chest are going to matter.
So as far as seeding in Hoover, Tennessee, the number 1 over. I don't know how exactly this works, but Tennessee, the number 1 overall seed, Arkansas 2, Kentucky 3, despite the fact that Arkansas is 20-10 and Kentucky's 22-8.
Well, they won the West.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what I was missing there.
Even though it doesn't really matter because everybody plays everybody.
As far as Tennessee goes, really nothing on the line for them. Already a national seed, doesn't matter. How about Christian Moore? Here's just a little fun fact. Christian Moore in the SEC alone, guys, is hitting .429 with 20 home runs and 41 ribbies. 27 home runs overall, which is a Tennessee record. Obviously, Arkansas carried by Hagen Smith. They don't normally give a damn about Hoover, right? And they have nothing to play for. Got a national seed wrapped up. Hagen Smith, 9-0, a 1.52 ERA, 150 Ks to 29 walks. So a 5-to-1 ratio there in with 77 innings, 150 Ks in 77 innings, kind of insane. Also, for Hagen Smith, in his 60 SEC innings, the ERA actually drops from 1.52 to 1.35.
Yeah.
So he is at his best, against best. What about Kentucky? Again, not a ton to play for seeding-wise, but they've never won Hoover.
Right.
So maybe a point of pride there as, maybe that trophy would mean a bit more to them than it would to some of these other teams.
Yeah, you got to be smart in how you play it. Like, you don't want to go out there, obviously, and do something that risk what you feel like you have in the future here, being the number 1 overall seed potentially in the tournament. But, yeah, I'm sure something like that, it certainly matters to them, and maybe you see them play it a little bit differently. But they could go out there, they could lose to the winner of LSU Georgia. I still think they would get the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah.
They certainly would be a top 3 regardless. But maybe they feel like they have to solidify that number 1 overall seed because Tennessee and Kentucky both tied for the SEC regular season championship.
Yeah.
And so the resumes are very similar. And so maybe they feel like they need to go get at least 1 win to be able to have that number 1 overall seed over Tennessee.
And then the last thing we haven't talked about, Texas A&M at 19-11, even with the series losses to LSU and Alabama, still a national seed lock. If they play well this week, they get in the top 4. What does that mean? I don't think it means much. So I don't know that I feel that A&M has a ton to play for either this week. So again, I think kind of the most would be Mississippi State with Duty Noble dangling there. Maybe a bit of Georgia trying to get into a national seed. And then again, Bama, Vandy, Florida, South Carolina, LSU, all with 13 SEC wins, RPIs in the top 30. trying to check their way to the NCAA tournament. So, look, it's gonna be an awesome day. I mean, we start with LSU Georgia at 9:30. And then what is after that? I forgot to write down my game times.
Then we go Alabama, South Carolina.
Okay.
And then you've got Vanderbilt, Florida. And then you have Mississippi State, Ole Miss.
What a day. What a day. Going to be a great day. Keep it locked on 104.5 ESPN throughout the day. All the various shows, I'm sure, will basically be live watching the entire time. I know we'll be doing that about 9:30. Coming up next, let's talk about this Georgia team a bit. We've also got a lot of football discussion on the docket today, as we've got some post-spring power rankings from both ESPN and On3. And it's kind of interesting to see where LSU falls on these lists. We got our OTB mailbag. Shout out to CJ McCollum. Shout out to Simone Augustus. So, look, it's going to be a very – Nick Underhill stopping by, hour 3 as well. It's going to be a very fun day today, okay? So, I'm sorry, I didn't even ask y'all how you're doing. Alondra, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for 9:30.
What about you, Taylor?
Doing all right. Our guy, Daniel Basham, back in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
After you banned him yesterday.
It's an accident.
Taylor decided to spend, instead of doing actual work this morning, Taylor decided to spend all morning trying to figure out if Johnson City, Tennessee was actually farther to where? Nashville?
So she sent the thing that somebody tweeted out.
Yes.
And then, I was like, I know where Ontario is, and it's not even close to being true.
Hold on. You haven't even set up the fact first.
It was Johnson City is closer to Ontario than it is to Memphis, Tennessee. And I was like, the city of Ontario's not at the bottom border of Canada. I was like, there's no way that's true. So I Google it. It's like, no, yeah, Ontario's over 1,000 miles away from Johnson City. It's 496 to Memphis.
Yeah.
But they took the province of Ontario and the very tip.
Hey, crack a book.
My point was, neither one of us are wrong.
No, you are wrong.
No,
tip matters.
Because the city of Ontario, which is literally what you think of, the giant city, if they would have said Johnson City is closer to the Canadian border than Memphis, Tennessee, I just think it would have made more sense.
The province is called Ontario.
It's
Ontario, Canada.
It's semantics.
True or false? Yeah, you're wrong. Get over it.
No, true, but I just thought it was
fun geographical
weird.
fact, though. How about that? Johnson City, Tennessee, closer to Ontario than it is to Memphis. We live in a very big country. But yeah, that's how Taylor spent his morning. So
I feel like you should have done that last night when I sent it, not this morning.
I'm so glad that
I was half asleep when he sent it. I didn't even see it
for 5 minutes, or just trying to explain it to me this morning. It was like, shut up, I don't care, Tay.
Although T-Bob might use that later on.
Well, yeah, it's a great fact.
Fun fact.
It's a great fun fact.
I just remember you told me, what was the one you told me? Something about
Toronto?
About
Michigan being closer to Toronto, right? Or something like that. Or Minnesota.
I don't know.
Minneapolis is north of Toronto.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
It's mind-blowing.
It's like Detroit, I believe, is east of Atlanta. How about that?
Yeah.
I didn't know Detroit was literally it's Canada. I had no idea until I went.
That either.
A couple
Them
weeks
lakes,
ago.
man, that Great Lake culture, it's just a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, the guy's like, oh, that's Canada over there. I'm like, over where?
Whole different
over
ball
that
game.
water right there. I'm like, the one I feel like I can almost touch. He's like, yeah, it's Canada. I'm like, nope.
The ocean.
Can't be.
You could have swam across.
Can't be. Yeah, probably not.
Could you see the other side? Could you see Canada?
Oh yeah.
Or was it just
it looked like just a continuation of Detroit.
Oh wow.
Isn't that such a weird feeling? Yeah. Dang, that's a whole country.
I used to, in San Diego, you being able to, there was this great mall right there on the border, and you could see Tijuana.
Yeah.
Right across. And it's like, it feels different.
I remember going to Tijuana one time. I was only 16 though. Didn't do anything.
I've never been there.
Tacos.
Did you?
All right. When we get back, let's talk about this LSU Georgia game coming up here in a couple hours. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com. Look, they're located off Airline Goodwin. And if you need a new vehicle, maybe you want a Toyota certified used vehicle. Maybe you just need a rent, for a vacation or something. Get cheaper per day rental prices than traditional economy. Just hit up my girl, Miss Lisa Sessions. You'll be good to go. What about body shops? Service centers. Well, all makes and models. Welcome at All-Star. Does not have to be a Toyota. Does not have to be from All-Star. So just know, if you want to take advantage of a free professional estimate, if you want to take advantage of things like factory parts right there on site, excellent lines of communication where they text and call you before they make any decision, you make the final call. Remember, insurance claims are welcome. It's all there for you at the All-Star Service Center. It's your one-stop vehicular shop, All-Star Toyota, Baton Rouge.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Pluckers. We're a de facto post-game show from the SEC Baseball Opener. LSU moving on or sweating the rest of the week. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What is this? I don't know if I like this. What is this? What are we listening to?
Black Crows.
All right. LSU Georgia today.
You know Black Rose, by the way. We'll get you there. We'll get not this, but Black Crows. We'll get you there during the break.
I know Counting Crows.
No, you
Which
know
everybody
Black Crow.
should
You know
know.
both. Yeah.
Yeah, you know both.
You know both.
I know Kings of Leon.
Yeah, not even close, but yes.
I know Old Crow Medicine Shop.
You know that.
Weren't we just talking about Wagon Wheel? Isn't that them?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. But we were just talking about Wagon Wheel and how Hootie's version sucks.
Yeah, isn't the original Old Crow? No, okay. It's just that it's a cheap play by Darius because like Wagon Wheel's inherently good, and so they didn't do anything. It sucks that they didn't do anything special with it. They just sang the song, but it's fine because it's still good because it's Wagon Wheel. Wagon Wheel's fun and like infinitely singable.
If you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at Chris Marler. He said it first.
Oh well.
Hey, Chris on our side now, dog. Watch out.
See, Chris is. I'm always like me and Chris.
He's pandering.
I wasn't. I made fun of Chris so much online for being a little Bama b-boy.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I make fun of a lot of my friends.
But Marler. But I'm saying he's now
super nice and
he's
cool,
now
though.
stumping for the Tigers though.
I know.
Online.
But
Yeah.
still, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know if he's allowed in Shreveport still. I don't know. We'll talk that through.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, just ask Fitty.
That's true.
If Fitty approves,
Fitty's the
then
mayor
he
of
can get back in.
Shreveport,
If not, then it's all good. You gotta what Fitty says goes.
That's true.
All right. Okay. So real quick on this Georgia team. Again, Gage jump. Oh, by the way, we're all accepting that. Has it been officially confirmed? Is Gage jump starting? It seems to be the hive mind thought process. A bunch of college baseball people that I was listening to yesterday were all pointing to that.
Well, he would have what we say 4 days rest. So
he only threw 80-something pitches on Thursday, which again I'm like, was that part of the original? You know how Jay talked about the roadmap that he laid out, and like he was like Jay is literally like who's seen Dune 2? Everybody's seen Dune 2 here?
No,
he is
No
like
spoilers.
he is like.
It's fine.
No spoilers.
I do feel like it has been out long enough.
It's been out long enough where we can't really say no spoilers.
Okay, whatever. I won't use a Dune
spoil.
reference. I won't use a Dune reference. He is Coach Jay is like Doctor Strange when he gets a time stone and he goes through all the different realities and he finds the one path. It's just like he did last year in the CWS with like Ackenhausen and everything else. Well, maybe like limiting jump on Thursday in a must-have-it game, but still striking that delicate balance where we're not going to go all out with him, limiting him somewhat to 80 pitches so that he could throw again 4 days later. Like I don't know. It feels like he has maybe found that path once again. But the point is, Gage, last time against A&M, remember what I told you? You didn't come here to play school, okay? Sure. You came here to play baseball, and you done lived up to it then, and really you've been great. We're going to get into it. LSU staff statistically, Jake, actually pretty damn good now.
Yeah.
Which is shocking considering where they began the season. But you lived up to it last time, and guess what? You're here to play baseball. Well, guess what you got today? You got Charlie friggin' Condon. Easily the scariest hitter that you will face down in your college career. Though, again, as I said earlier.
Is he related to Dick?
Christian Moore. Probably. I don't think so.
No?
I don't think Dick Condon has enough talent in his balls to create a Charlie. But maybe so. I don't know. You know. Christian Moore may be the only scare. But the point is, it's Charlie Condon. This guy he just set the record for home runs in a season. His splits, Jake, he's batting .451. He's got over 1,000 slugging percentage, an on-base percentage of .567, 35 home runs, 75 ribbies, 50 walks. My guy's got 50 walks on the year. So the point is, Jump, you're going to be challenged. And it's not just Condon. Really, the strength of this Georgia baseball team is offensive.
Which is funny because they hired away LSU's pitching coach to be their head coach.
Do we owe Nate Yeske an apology? Because right now, as I said, UGA, an offensive powerhouse, where they struggle is on the mound. They are near the bottom. They're like 12 through 14 in almost every pitching category. And again, I go by conference-only stats. But looking at conference-only rankings, LSU now 6th in team ERA from where they were at the bottom for much of the beginning of the year. They're 4th in opponent batting average. They're 3rd in strikeouts as a staff. They're 5th in runs allowed and 2nd in home runs allowed. So, even though it may not have felt this way, we did mention yesterday, though, that the 1-2 punch of Jump and Holman, the only other duo that actually comes close this year is Sinja and Steven from Mississippi State. But, yeah, like actually going into this game, Jake, on paper, it's a bit of strength on strength and weakness on weakness.
Yeah, and, depending on how you go today, that's going to tell, a big story if you go Gage Jump. And remember, he is recovering from, Tommy John, where he only threw, 16 innings, I believe, right, in his career coming into this year. So we all know, what his history is, but maybe that, was the plan to only pitch him 80 pitches the other day. I mean, either way, it's going to be, a couple of bullpen arms that you're going to have to count on, like LSU's counted on all season long. But
when did Herring last go? Did Herring go in Game 3?
Herring went multiple.
No, he probably didn't go in Game 3.
He went multiple
innings.
He went
Games 1 and 2.
Yeah, he went multiple innings, too. So, I mean, he
should be ready, though. He should be ready for an inning or give you an inning or two.
Oh, yeah, he should be. Yeah, for sure.
Christian Little be ready to give you an inning or two. Ackenhausen should be back available. He only threw, 1 inning in Game 3?
Yeah.
I believe.
He threw his second, and he came in after Dutton.
The only thing is, if this does get blown, I'm sorry, Jake, finish your Gage Jump point.
No, I was just saying, depending on how you started, is going to be a big story of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, if Gage Jump is your starting pitcher, you probably want to get him to, you want to get through 4 innings. And again, this is all with, his history of arm injuries and him pitching 4 days ago. But even if you get 4 innings of Gage Jump, that would be great.
It is a little worrisome, though, in that at times, obviously, the problem with LSU staff this year has been just the big inning. Things are going smoothly, and then you have this inning that just won't end, and it's insurmountable. Most recently, it happened against A&M. You avoided this last weekend, which congratulations, but you were also facing some Ole Miss bats, which were, as Hunt kept pointing out, really cold in terms of knocking guys in, not through home runs. And this is a Georgia team that if they start to smell blood in the water and they get on one of those big innings, it might never end. So what do you think? What is the key to today's game? Is it the LSU bats keeping pace by taking advantage of a weak UGA staff? Also, UGA second to last in fielding percentage. So, they will make mistakes in the field. Yeah,
it's going to take, to your point to there, it'd probably take, what run total would make you feel comfortable? 6?
I don't know. I mean, this could be 8, 10 written all over it. I'm not entirely sure. Well, I mean, I guess that's the question. Do you think LSU's path to winning lies through keeping pace offensively? Or is it more about this staff finding ways to shut down a very powerful Georgia attack?
Look, anytime you get to Hoover, the ball field plays a little bit different.
That's true, a little bigger.
It is bigger, yeah, more ground to cover out there. I would say it's probably more about LSU staff than them trying to keep up with Georgia. Because honestly, if you try to keep up with Georgia, I think you're going to lose that
I guess
battle.
you're playing their game at that point.
I think you want to be who you are, which is, as you've laid out, you've been one of the better teams on the mound with your starting pitching. That's what you want. You want a starter to give you an opportunity, and then you have a bullpen that has 4 arms that you feel pretty good about coming in and trying to shut the door.
Jam saying the tournament's generally offensively driven, but who knows? It's the SC tournament. I mean, that's saying all bets are off. It's a single elimination baseball tournament.
Champ
at least
also
here in the opening round.
Made some really good points. Let's start Blake Money and see what he can do.
Wait, Blake Money's not still on the team,
no,
right?
No. He also said,
I could see it, dude. I could see it being somewhere down there in the roster.
Could Russell Reynolds go? Great points there. No, Blake Money is with the Orioles organization.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So look, we're 2 hours away, guys. It's going to be infinitely exciting. LSU probably in, but again, if you don't want to sweat on Selection Monday, winning today is going to be key. Any thoughts from you two back there on this LSU Georgia matchup?
I agree with Jake. I don't think it's an offensive play. We got to get the staff together and see what they do, and hopefully keep this Georgia team
contained.
Yes, contained.
Yeah, you're not going to shut them down.
You're going to shut them down.
If you could win a game, if you put up 6 or 7 runs and you win, I would say that's a massive performance by the staff.
Yeah, that's
especially
the thing. Like, can you hold them to 4 runs?
Oof.
That would be my absolute dream. Like can you hold Georgia to 4 runs?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, if you hold them to 4 runs and you lose, that would be highly disappointing given the weakness of Georgia staff and the strength of their bat.
Well, that's the thing. And LSU's hit lately. Like, that hasn't been their issue.
Yeah.
You hold them to 4 or 5 runs,
you've
and then
hit all right. You've hit a bit better clutch, but really the pitching's been carrying
the staffs you've played have also been a little bit better than this Georgia staff that you just mentioned has been to the bottom. So you add it all up. I don't actually hate this matchup.
I'm just excited.
Well, it's like all other SEC first-round matchups, too, where it's just chaotic because you're coming off of a weekend series. And so you're not in your normal rhythm. So there's just a level of variability there that is really fun and also like kind of nerve-wracking from the outside looking in for sure. The only thing that I wish for Charlie Condon, I just wish he looked more badass, you know? He's kind of tall and skinny and plain looking. Like, when you swing a bat that big, I need you to have a chew in your mouth. I need you to have a Fu Manchu. I need a greasy mullet. Like, I guess I'm just describing the guy off of Rookie of the Year, where he grinds the bat and literal sawdust is falling from his hands.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish Charlie Condon had more of that physical look because he swings it like that guy. He just needs a little bit more of that, like, actual physical intimidation.
You're saying he needs, a mullet like Tommy White.
Yeah.
He needs,
like, Tommy White has it.
He needs a mustache like
Yes.
Stravinsky.
Yeah.
Like, even Dylan Cruz had that.
Yeah.
I mean, he had, some facial hair.
Tell you what, sneaky mustache game the last couple of weeks, Jared Jones.
Did he put some Just for Men in that thing?
I saw it last weekend. I'm like, where the hell
Does he have a
did this
playoff
come
stash?
from?
Or are they doing playoff
his stash
beers?
is rivaling Stravinsky's.
He's got some
now.
auburn facial hair, but I think he put a little Just for Men in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie Condon just looks like every baseball player.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if you're that badass, you need some, like, look at Tommy White. He's got the chains,
No,
the
for
long hair.
sure.
He looks tight.
He needs like a sleeve or something.
Something, dude. Anything.
Like,
Charlie.
go get tatted.
I would just take a Sharpie and just draw a Fu Manchu on my face.
Man.
Or take like or
Let
like
the flow go.
maybe like the SEC should just have like a Snapchat filter where when he steps up, they just make him look way more badass. Just change his face.
Because he is, but I knew what he looked like, but now that we're sitting here, we're talking through, I guess I've never paid attention.
He is generic baseball player number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came straight out of the old college baseball video game.
Yeah.
Where
Also,
they're just number 24.
Mac Bingham's like that too.
Well, a lot of them
Like
are.
he looks like every baseball player.
That's what I'm saying, because they're baseball players, right? That's why if you're such an outlier like Condon, you just need to have a a little more swag in your game.
Yeah.
I'm saying this, and now he's probably going to murder us.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
way to go.
He's got the huge Barry Bonds, elbow guard.
Okay.
So he's got the old Javi Lopez leg guard as well. So he's got some accessories, but I think it's the lack of long hair, facial hair.
Yeah, it's too clean cut.
Yeah.
Looks like a nerd.
He's so gonna hit
suck
4
it,
home runs
Condon.
today.
No, he's not. He's about to get that ass whooped. Probably not. He has a 5.67 on base.
Gates Jump about to shut him down.
Yeah, from the jump. All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep locked.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done today. 225-888-8888. You get in an accident and somebody's going to stand up the insurance companies and fight for you. You want to get Gordon and get it done. Again, your area code 8888 Maine. Well, all the 8s. 888. Follow him on social media at Get Gordon, and you're going to get some great, a lot of great content. Some kind of general life and business advice. Some things about, how to protect yourself when you get in an accident. What are the steps to take? Also, content with your favorite athletes, members of the G team. That's right. Remember, Gordon, a huge player in the NIL space, making sure your Tigers stay retained and benefiting off of their talent. Get Gordon. Get done today.
Go to getgordon.com where you can do it all. You can find out what they can do for you in the courtroom, like T-Bob said. At Get Gordon's the handle to see what they're doing in the community. Your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll be recapping LSU Georgia from the SEC tournament, and Shea Dixon stops by 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Get ready, Georgia! It's so funny. Yesterday on Snaps, I was trying to talk crap to my co-host, Aaron Murray, but, like, these Georgia cats just don't get it, bro.
Does he even watch baseball?
I don't even think they knew that they were – he didn't even know they were playing. He was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Come on. You think that fan base deserves to win? You kidding me? Compared to us, who does entire opening hours of the show on SEC and LSU baseball? It's like when I was up in Chicago, one of the guys was kind of asking, like, potentially we'd like to, like, carry the morning show here or something. And I'm like, are you sure about that? I'm like, we could have the conversation, but I don't know. I mean, we talk a lot of LSU baseball, like a lot of like very hyper local stuff. But we'll see. I don't think it's.
Maybe there's a market for it. Maybe there's like a small group of LSU fans that would really love to have us in Chicago.
But that's the other thing. That's the other thing is like they all don't know jack diddly poo about college baseball.
Yeah, but then they want to learn.
They think it's cute.
Yeah, well, we'll teach them.
They do. I mean, they're MLB. They're an MLB town. They think it's cute.
Northwestern's the best softball team in the Big Ten.
The condescension that I got, where they're like, "Wait, so y'all actually like watch college baseball?" was unbelievable.
Well, did you tell them that LSU averages more fans than the Marlins?
I did not.
You should have.
I did not. I always, when I'm trying to sell people, because I did come to it late, right? I've fallen in love with college baseball as an adult, and part of it's getting older and appreciating the slower pace of the game. But really, to me, the strength is how digestible the SEC is. Not a ton of teams, and you know exactly where you stand at all the time. It's got an incredible rhythm as well. Like if you want to check out in the midweek, you absolutely can. If you want to engage in midweek games, you can. Or you can just show up every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and know, okay, you need 2 or 3. Okay, if you hit 13, you at least got a chance to qualify. And 14, you're guaranteed going to be in. Generally, 17, 16, you're probably going to host. Though Mississippi State, again, putting that to the test this week. 18 plus, you're probably a national seed. And so it's like this very great 10-week rhythm where you know exactly what's going on. You know the stakes the entire time that I think makes it so special. And the dynamics of like Friday night guy, the Saturday guy, the Sunday guy, and figuring out there. And I think that's really what separates college baseball for me personally.
Yeah, I mean, you could walk around any SEC town and you can be like, no, he's a Friday night guy. And everybody would know what you're talking about.
Yeah, except for Athens.
Well, that's just Aaron Murray.
We can't lose to them, dude. We cannot lose to those bums.
Well, look, they're new to this. They're new to, having a baseball team that can, get a national seed and all that. So we'll let them grow.
Speaking of new, Nookie says the funniest thing on Twitter right now is Tennessee fans trying to clown Kentucky fans for being, quote, new baseball fans.
That's what I said. I was like, that's a pot and kettle. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though, look, I think Tennessee fans are probably here to stay. Obviously, they're going to put a lot of money into retaining Tony V no matter what. He's done very well. And Tennessee's been good for what? 4 years now? 5 years? Like how long? Like
about 4.
Yeah, like I remember the first year when they were like taking the world by storm and going on a lot of Tennessee radio shows, and it was very cool because they were kind of like me in that they were discovering this new love and how great it could be. I think Tennessee, again, I think their stadium's a little a piddly little kindergarten room, but still.
You and I were watching the Tennessee LSU game in the postseason. We were all at walk-ons.
Yeah.
What? I'm trying to think. I think it was K. Doty hit.
I was after the Oregon Regional.
Yeah, and he had hit a home run, and then he's up to bat, and if he hits a home run, it would have tied the game. And when I say he hit it as far as you can without going out, and they caught it up against the wall. Remember, we were all walk-ons basically celebrating the home run, and it just died at the wall. And that's when Tennessee baseball was really born.
Oh, Hunt Palmer rumors Texas job may open, and Tony V may get a call. Champbell saying Tony V 1 year away from MLB job. Look, I'd love it if he'd leave. I guess the point is I think Tennessee wants to remain relevant in baseball, but
Texas would pay. So
Tennessee would pay too, though.
You
think Texas would pay more than Tennessee?
Tennessee will, but Texas, I think, if it would open up this year going into the SEC, they'd want to put literally their best foot forward.
That's true.
Heading into the league in one of the most important sports in the league. And so maybe they would even overpay to try to make sure that they're relevant in year number 1.
Overpay for Tony
Texas,
V and his
Texas
tiny
pockets
little PP.
are deep with 3 E's in the middle. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel like Tennessee has so much money. I always feel like they do.
You do,
for some reason. I mean, do they not?
I don't think they're far and above.
It does seem like one of those schools though, because what do they do? They do the fleet
schools.
thing with all the boats pulling up at game day for football. No, they do.
Southern wealthy.
Yeah, I agree with you. God, I can't believe I said that.
I know.
Whoa.
Shut up. Alondra, so you pull your mic over?
Oh, I don't know.
You're just like staying ready. Good job.
Stay ready, not to get ready.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Good call, Alondra. All right.
I told Bobby Carpenter that whatever day it was that he came on.
He loved that, by the way. He told me that.
I was supposed to say something else to him, but I was like, no, I'm not going to call him that.
I just call him a meathead. That's what he is.
Just asked to see his abs.
He'll show you.
Again,
He
life
was at
rule,
the
guys.
gym.
You cannot trust a
he
guy
lives
with
there.
abs. You cannot trust a man with abs. Bottom line.
And
just everybody listening, search
You know
your
what?
history. and
Call
let
it
me
like
know
it
if
is.
that's
You know what?
true or
I
not.
tend to agree
You can't
with
trust
that.
a white guy with abs.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Call it like
You
it
can't.
is.
I tend to agree with that.
I would say maybe the white guy's more interested. But I don't know. I'm saying any guy with abs. I mean, the F-boy energy coming out of our black teammates in college who had abs was unlike anything I've ever seen.
100%.
The amount of partners that they would have was just unreal. It was a parade of homes or a parade of hoes in this case.
Of homes.
It was unbelievable. I mean, just never ending. All right, sorry. I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah, if you have abs,
If you have, you
Don't
can't be
talk to
trusted.
me.
You
Yeah.
can't be trusted.
Don't
100%.
talk to me if you have abs.
Guys, this is just a hard and
What
fast
about
rule.
Doring? I trust Doring.
Are you an idiot?
I trust Doring.
To what? To have sex with you? and then not talk to you again? I don't know. Like, what do you mean?
And then never call you back?
Yeah. All right, close it at hour 1 of OTB next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Trust Dorian. He's like suspect number 1.
What?
K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com, KTOZblinds.com. In many ways, updating your window coverings, whether like aesthetically, functionally, that's like kind of giving your house abs. And unlike humans, you can trust a house with an 8-pack. So get your house those beautiful abdominal muscles by hitting up K to Z today. Letting Brandon Barton come out to your home and give you a free estimate, tell you exactly kind of what your options are. And look, whether it's a starter home, a home of your dreams, either way, K to Z is going to bring it to the next level and maximize the potential. K to Z Windows, KTOZblinds.com.
Yeah, and they can do multiple things for you. If you're looking for that motorized shade outdoors, I cannot stress that enough, and how much that is going to help us out here during the heat of the summer. Not only the exterior, but the interior of our home as well. Call Brandon Barton today. Go check out the website, KTOZblinds.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you.
Sandgriff joined me and Jimmy Ott for the Tuesday edition of Live at Lunch. We are at Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in Mid-City, and we'll be right alongside LSU and Georgia in the first round of the SEC tournament. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Tuesday on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yes, that at all. All right, what's happening, y'all? Man, you kind of screwed up the clock. Sorry, my bad. We only got 3 minutes here. I apologize. It's we'll get better the last 2 hours. Better the last 2 hours for sure.
Is Lenny Kravitz age?
I don't know. He still looks pretty good.
No,
the mice are pretty.
I saw him
He looks
working
good.
out the other day in his full concert leather pants, mesh shirt, which I was like, okay, that actually makes sense, right? Workout and the stuff that you're gonna be
on stage
performing and kind of exercising in. But it looks very funny seeing him do what's the things where you hang your body down and it's the hammies. Remember we used to do it all the time?
Hyper.
Yes. Hyper extension, something like that. I don't know. Whatever.
But again, don't trust people with abs.
Or
can we trust Lenny Kravitz?
No, we can't trust Lenny Kravitz. Do you all remember the video of his leather pants splitting?
I do not co-sign with what T-Bob's saying about the abs.
He has a general ring. You can't trust a man who.
He has a. I didn't.
Well, just to
I
get a
didn't
little blood pump in there. Yeah, look at the video. Yeah, not like a piercing.
No, I didn't look at it
Not
that
a piercing.
hard.
Well,
no, I know what you mean, but
I don't know.
I clearly
wait.
have not
You
seen
think
this
you
video.
can trust a man with abs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Taylor, I mean, I knew you were naive. I'm surprised at you, Jake. I'm surprised at you.
I honestly am too. I'm with you on this one, people.
Have you ever
I think
played
actually
beer
the
pong
older,
with a man
the
who
more
has
you can
abs?
trust them. Younger guys with abs, maybe not.
Yeah, if you're mid 40s with abs,
Because you're dedicated.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I actually.
Yeah, you got to work at it.
Why are you so dedicated?
Because you're trying to stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, nobody's happy, you know?
No, I mean, look, I do agree with that logic.
That's fair.
I still don't think you should trust guys with abs. Look, have you ever played beer pong with a guy with abs?
Yes.
Ever in your life?
Well, I don't know about.
Isn't it funny how his
sure.
shirt randomly ended up off in a game where there was no doffing of the shirt needed?
I will
Why
say-
does that
Wasn't
always
even a
happen?
house rule or
It was
anything.
not a house rule. There was
Yeah.
no reason for it. Everybody, that's 3 cups. All of a sudden, the shirt's gone. Why?
T-Bob, remind me to play a video of Doring later, now
There
that
you
we're
go.
talking about this.
There you go. Like the one time I hang out with Dorian in Floribama, I end up having to take my shirt off next to him in front of the entire room.
That was on you.
Yeah, no.
You should have known better.
No, because I was hanging out with a guy with abs, okay? These are the rules. I don't make them. I just help guide y'all to them.
Do hour 2 with your shirt off.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm abjacent.
The white balance.
It's the white
balance.
I'm just trying to get to
Cheer for LSU
abjacent,
baseball.
okay? I'm just trying to get to abjacent. We slowly but surely trying to get better every day.
You look great, T.
Go to Trash
great.
Rangers. TrashSignup.com is a great website where, look, in just a few simple clicks, right? A couple minutes, 3 minutes, in fact, you can see your number of cans, select your number of cans, see your pickup days, pricing, all of that, okay? And so if you live in Ascension or Livingston Parish, there's a reason why everybody's making the switch, why you're seeing those red cans pop up all over town. And it's because they are local, they're more efficient, they're reliable, and they actually give a damn about the community in which they live and they operate. So sign up for Trash Rangers today.
Go to the website, trashrangersllc.com, and you can do it there. And it really is just completely different than anything that you've had before. So go to the website, sign up, check out the reviews, trashrangersllc.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. a family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Brack, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Tuesday, May 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of a 92. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll talk LSU football and post-spring SEC power rankings, some New Orleans Saints news, OTB mailbag, and more. You can follow us on Twitter and we're Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, it's happening, y'all. Welcome back. OTB. T-Bob, Jake Alonzo, Taylor hanging out with you today. Hour number 2. We didn't get to mention hour number 1 because we got distracted. But shout out to Simone Augustus being hired to this LSU staff, a woman who Skip Bertman once called the most important recruit in LSU history. And, well, Skip, like in all things, was basically proven to be right, as Simone, of course, is the first female athlete to ever have a statue at LSU. Later this year, she will be inducted in both the into the Louisiana and Naismith basketball halls of fame, and now Hall of Fames, and now returning home to be a member of this staff under Coach Kim Mulkey. Absolutely massive.
I mean, just everything you laid out, and y'all have heard me say it 1,000 times before. When she was playing for LSU, I know, members of the football team, we were going to be in the building and we wanted to watch.
Yeah.
We went to way more games when she was playing than even the men's side, right? And the men's team was good in 06 and made a Final Four, but her and Sylvia Fowles were like must-watch basketball. And what she did in the WNBA, what she's done throughout her career, high school, college, and pros, and to now have her back on your bench and be a coach and what she can do for you in recruiting, because every single basketball player that you recruit knows exactly who that is, and that conversation is going to go a very long way. And so that's a very nice addition. Glad to have her back home.
She did mention, too, being excited to reunite with Coach Bob Starkey as well. So just a really feel-good story out of your LSU women's program. Coach Mulkey continuing to strengthen said program. And, look, it's going to, you're going to have to. Losing Angel Reese and whatnot. Like it's and just the quality of women's basketball is only going to go up from here. It's only going to continue to get more and more competitive. I saw pictures of Haley Van Lith in a TCU uniform this morning.
Yeah, it's officially official. I mean, because it was, and then it wasn't, and now, yes, it is officially official.
Felt some type of way, you know. I'm sure TCU fans are having the same feelings that I did when she did like the original LSU photo shoots. And you're like, oh hell yeah, dude, let's go. All right, we have 2 power rankings. We got OTB mailbag coming up next, guys. We got 2 power rankings to break down here. ESPN did a post-spring top 25 power ranking, and on 3's Jesse Simonton did an SEC post-spring power ranking. This is kind of interesting, Jake. There are some slight differences between the 2 lists. In Simon, I think. Do you want to start with the SEC and then do the national one, or do you want to start with the national one?
We can go national.
Okay. So in this national ESPN ranking, LSU checks in at number 14.
Yep.
The SEC teams they would be behind would be UGA, Texas, Ole Miss, Alabama, Mizzou. So that has LSU checking in at 6. They are 1 spot ahead of Tennessee, who ranks 15th. Interestingly, the on 3 list has LSU at 7.
Yeah.
With the same top 5 of UGA, Texas, Bama, Ole Miss, Mizzou. But then they go Tennessee, then LSU. Are you surprised to see Ole Miss and Mizzou consistently get the benefit of the doubt over LSU, and then Tennessee in that time? Well, let's start just with Ole Miss and Mizzou. Are you surprised to see them ranked ahead of LSU on these sorts of lists?
Not for Ole Miss, not for Missouri, and I'll tell you a big reason why is the player production that they're returning. They're some of the top teams in the country. I think outside of Oklahoma State, Missouri is the team that finished last year in the top 20 that returns the most production. It's over 70%, T. And you've got receiver, quarterback. You lose your running back, Cody Schrader, but you bring in Marcus Carroll from Georgia State. I mean, they've done a really nice job. So even the production that they did lose, and it's not just Luther Burden at receiver. I mean, they've got a really deep receiver room. And again, Brady Cook got so much better as the year went along. I guess my biggest question, because they are returning a bunch of players, my biggest question would be the defensive staff that LSU was able to go in and poach from Missouri. I think that's why it upset Eli Drinkwitz so much. I mean, obviously he didn't want to lose that staff, but when you have conversations with him, like he felt like they were at a point where they had built something that was pretty special there. But now he's able to keep Kirby Moore as his offensive coordinator, which that's huge considering that's where a bulk of your players are coming back. But you're returning 71%. Ole Miss is returning 70% of your production. Ole Miss's retention has been the most impressive thing. I said that even when they were signing all these players out of the portal. They only lose Judkins, and they replace him with 3 very capable running backs.
Well, and it's kind of funny, man. The Athletic, I know people don't really care about like NIL talk too much now, but the Athletic had a pretty cool article on trying to figure out like what the market and space actually looks like, where they talk to a bunch of, now they talk to them anonymously, but it's like a collection of general managers, agents, collective CEOs, players themselves. And one of the kind of year 2 changes, or year 2, 3, whatever we're in now in NIL, one of the more recent developments is instead of all the money going into acquisitions, the vast majority of every school's resources are going into retention and to making sure that guys stay at the school that they're at. So when you hear Ole Miss spent, like $11, $12 million, whatever it is on this roster, even with the additions they made, the vast majority of that, to your point, Jake, is keeping guys there that are already there. So, look, I'm with you. Like, Ole Miss and Mizzou being ahead, I think absolutely. They have the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like what do UGA, Texas, Ole Miss, Alabama, Mizzou all have in common?
Returning quarterbacks,
right?
That played at a high level.
Yes, that played well. Yeah. Exactly. That's a good call. I am a bit, and again, I like Nuss a lot. Well, I like Nuss a lot. That's why I am actually a bit surprised to see a Tennessee team on the 3 list get the nod when they had a worse overall record last year, and they'll be breaking in a high talent but a less proven quarterback in Iyamaleava versus Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, and I know Aaron is a big fan of what Tennessee can possibly do this year. I know you and him talked about it. Him and I talked about it when I was on with him a couple weeks ago. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
Tennessee, to me, they're 108th in returning production. They only return 48% of their roster, and they've got a new quarterback. Like it's not just a new one. This is somebody that's played one game. Like with Garrett Nussmeier, yes, he's a new starting quarterback, but he's played a lot of big moments in his LSU career.
True.
He's played, games against Arkansas where Max Johnson starts one series and Garrett comes in and plays the rest of the game. He's played in an SEC championship game against a national champion and had some big moments in that game.
I mean, Alabama last year didn't go well, but he played in it.
But honestly, like if you go back and look at the Alabama game, he had 3 drops.
Yeah, sure.
Where he put it right on the money, and from really good receivers, but he had 3 drops. And so just even having that experience and being in college for so long and learning under different quarterbacks and coordinators, I'm going to put him ahead of a quarterback situation where a guy has 1 start. So
I agree.
The returning production, 64% for LSU to only 48% from Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm actually,
and the offensive line for LSU is going to be the thing that when I'm having it's a 50-50 conversation, I'm just going to say I'm going to put LSU above whatever team we're talking about because not only did they return that unit, it's the best returning unit in the country.
Yeah. This is a bit surprising. Did we know this about Tennessee? They didn't add a single transfer in the spring, maybe at least.
In the spring.
Okay. So Jesse writes, here's his reasoning on Tennessee. Outside of Nico Mania, Tennessee had a rather quiet spring. The Vols didn't add a single transfer, and much of the focus was on implementing all the new pieces, offensively and defensively, from the previous window. While Iamaleava has star potential, Tennessee's defense, which returns just 3 starters, could actually be what spearheads a special season. With the return of pass rusher James Pierce, maybe the best defensive player in the conference, and the additions of Oregon State corner Jermod McCoy and Middle Tennessee safety Jacoby Thomas. So that's interesting. It seems like that is a case for Tennessee built off of potential, maybe rather than proven chemistry. Given that you're saying the strength of the team is going to be a defense, which only returns 3 starters. But as you can see, does have talent on it.
I will say this. The best player that they added in the transfer portal was a player that wasn't going to start for you.
Lance Hurd. Yeah.
According to the rankings, that is the best player that they added in the portal, and it's a player that was not going to start for you because that's such a position of strength for you. So they've added some nice pieces. You add a receiver from Tulane that I think is a really good player, and you add a Lance Hurd who's probably going to start day 1 for you. But you lost 8 I think you lost 12. You added 8, you lost 12, and including some starters from a year ago is what you lost. So Tennessee's, I don't think they're going to be bad by any means, but I don't know that I could put them ahead of where LSU is right now.
So let's put LSU ahead of Tennessee then. But that's still spot 6. In a year in which yesterday we said the expectation should be for LSU to make a 12-team playoff. So something's got to give here. There's only so much oxygen in the room.
The gift for me is it's Ole Miss, Mizzou, LSU, and the gap is very small.
Yep.
Between those
That's
3
fair.
teams.
That's fair.
That's the difference for me. Can you jump those teams and get to 4? Can you jump those teams, and get
probably
to a
get
different
4
position?
in. I think the SEC probably sneaks a 4th in. Big Ten and SEC will definitely get 3 each, right? And then will both get 4, or no, probably only one will get a 4th team.
And also, like, I think Georgia and Texas right now, as we sit here, May 21st, 1-2, I'm not even up for discussion right now. I think 1 and 2. I think
Texas,
those teams are 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah.
Now, Alabama, I'm not completely sold on them, right? I think there's a lot of question marks. We have to see how it works out.
I'm almost more sold on Alabama than Texas, honestly.
Alabama loses a lot, T. They only return 53% of their production. And they don't have playmakers right now on the outside that they
still
trust.
Don't have that.
They've got a running back that they think they can trust, and he's a highly touted player. We'll have to see that. There's still big question marks on this Alabama roster. Like Jalen Milroe in this offense, like, can he thrive with Kalen DeBoer? Ryan Grubb's not there. He was there for a month, but he's now in Seattle with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So you lose some of your real key pieces. And Ryan Grubb, to me, was somebody that if he was there, I would have a completely different feel for Alabama. But since he's gone, that falls more on Kalen DeBoer's plate than it ever has before.
Mm-hmm.
And there's things that he's not going to be able to do because he's going to have to be so involved in the offense. And can he be so involved in the offense? We've talked to so many coaches that say, hey, I can't do it anymore.
No,
even
that's
Jim
what everybody
Fisher
says,
gave
yeah.
it away.
That's what everybody
right?
says.
Mark Stoops, all these guys, they gave play calling duties away.
Yeah, no, that's
that.
what
Top 20 coach in the country. Number 20.
Like you're talking about all they lost on offense for sure. They lost 3 of their starting secondary pieces. Caleb Downs plays at Ohio State. Terry and Arnold, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Sure. No pass catchers that we know of right now. Somebody's going to emerge, but they don't have any proven guys.
Okay, so the roster objectively better at Texas.
Okay.
That's fair. But again,
yes,
I would take
not only
DeBoer
that,
over Sark.
Can I tell
you were missing the one thing that cannot be replaced.
DeBoer already got DeBoer had two-piece Sark in Washington.
Yeah, no, he did. But to the point of the transfer portal, here's what Texas did a really nice job of. They lost what in the draft? They lost 2 receivers.
Yeah.
They bring in 3 in the transfer portal. They lost a tight end in the draft. They bring in a tight end in the transfer portal. They lost 2 defensive tackles.
Yeah.
They brought in 2 defensive tackles in the transfer portal. They saw what they lost, veteran players, and they went and added veteran players in those spots because they saw their roster, knew they weren't ready to compete with the young players, and did a nice job of implementing new, older players in those same positions, something that some teams across the country, looking at you, Clemson, could actually learn from. Now, will it work out? We don't know, but I think it's a great strategy to try to replace what you lost.
So I still think that the Texas secondary looked pretty awful in the spring game, but talking to some Texas fans, I think 2 of their starters might have been out. So, yeah, it's probably, like you said, Georgia, Texas 1-2. Next grouping, Ole Miss, Mizzou, LSU. Does Alabama exist in a middle ground there?
I think so.
Okay, so it's almost like, so you would tier them at Georgia, Texas, Alabama in its own sort of gray area tier, and then the Ole Miss, Mizzou, LSU ranking. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. So again, I think the real point of this conversation, beyond just being some interesting talk and kind of trying to square away how we feel going into the season, I think the real point is if LSU finds a way to make that playoff, just recognize what an accomplishment that is, given the quality of the teams at the top and maybe where you're perceived to be when measured against those teams entering the year. Like that would be a we always talk about the temperament of a fan base, the happiness level is decided by the results in relation to the expectation. If you make the playoff, you have exceeded expectations and should be celebrated as such. All right. OTB mailbag. When we get back, keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
CentralPlumbing.org. You have a plumbing problem, you call Central Plumbing 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. Hit up Central Plumbing today. And look, they take advantage of the flat rate pricing. Take advantage of the fact that all the employees are licensed, bonded, insured, and they send you information ahead of time about who's coming in your home. Take advantage of the excellent warranty coverage and take advantage of the 5 decades worth of plumbing experience where they've seen it all. They can fix it all. So let Central Plumbing lay some pipe at your house today. Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Yep. When you go to the website, you'll see that the fleet is ready to go. So if you've got a business and you've got multiple restrooms and you're worried, can Central Plumbing handle that? Yeah, absolutely they can. They can come in. No job's going to be too big for them. That's emergencies, that's upgrading, whatever it might be. Check them out online, centralplumbing.org, 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Pluckers. We're a de facto post-game show from the SEC Baseball Open. Or LSU moving on or sweating the rest of the week? Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back. Wow. Really, really crazy commercial conversation.
You know this song, though. You know it.
I've never heard. Is this more of Counting Crows?
Black Crows, yeah.
I've never.
You know it. I swear. Wait till they get.
Let me get. Like, I'll wait till the chorus.
Look. What?
And when I tell you, this is not even like tickling a memory. I've never heard this.
It's a very popular song.
No, I'm sure it is. I'm not saying it's
like
not.
on commercials and stuff.
I'm sure it is. I like it, but I've also never heard this
Yeah,
song
I've
once in my life.
Never heard it, no.
I'm shocked.
I'm not the biggest fan of Black Crows yet. You're going to have to continue to try to sell me, Alondra.
Okay.
You're
I'm
failing
trying to
this
think
one.
like which one he would.
He
Hard to
doesn't-
handle?
Yeah. You might
Probably.
know that one, yeah.
Wait, so what song is this?
This is Blackberry. If there's any
Okay.
song he'd know, I thought it'd be this one.
Rivers texted earlier, listening to, she said she talks to angels.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, but it's
she'll
too
know
slow.
that. I think Hard to Handle or She Talks to Angels would be the ones
Is
that
that
you
the one
would
that I
know.
would know, though?
Yeah, or Twice as Hard.
Excuse me? You talking about me? What?
Yeah, Twice as Hard.
Yeah, I told you, Kegels. Let's dive in to some OTB mailbag.
I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
Just announced, guys, Gate Jump starting. How about it?
Yeah.
We didn't come here to play school.
No, we didn't.
Bilbo Again, thank you, Bilbo, gifting me with this Panther sweater years ago. And now our Cats in the Eastern Conference Finals.
You definitely knew that before he told you.
Starting tomorrow night at 7 p.m. against the Rangers.
Oh, I grew up loving the Rangers.
Sweater?
Yeah, it's a hockey
That's
sweater.
what it is.
So it's called.
That's what it's called.
They call them sweaters?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to know. It's like how soccer people call them kits, okay?
I knew kids.
Hey,
Sweaters
get
is
some
not good.
culture. No, not kids, Taylor. Kits.
Yeah.
Get some culture in your life, Tay-Tay.
This is an Austin Maddox.
Oh, yeah, I know. Relax. I know kids. Yeah, relax, Austin.
Let's go Rangers.
Oh, wow. Little in-house rivalry here on OTB.
Yeah.
Wait,
Look.
what sweater do you have on?
Florida
Who is it?
Panthers.
Oh, the
Florida
Panthers?
Yeah. Cats. Look, pucks. Look, skates on the ice, boys. Pucks at the net. Okay, skates on the ice. Pucks at the net.
Yeah. Biscuit in the basket.
That's all we need. Crash the net. Fight him hard. OTB mailbag.
Twice as hard.
Thoughts on the double first base? So have y'all seen this?
I love it. Yeah.
I don't care about it personally.
Yeah, I mean, we used it in like Little League.
So when you're watching
Yeah.
Hoover today,
That should
there
tell
will
you everything you need.
there will be a
exactly.
A green first
there'll be your
base.
normal first base, and there'll be a green or I think it's gonna be green for this tournament,
I think
but it
it's
can be green or
green, yeah.
orange. But then there will be a different colored first base. And I don't think. I mean, do we want to go into the nuances? Basically, it's just to avoid collisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just run through the outer bag if you're the runner. If you there is some weird stuff like if you round, then obviously the white base, like the green base, is eliminated, and only the white base matters.
Yeah.
So they're not just trying to be environmentally friendly.
No. What else is? There was one funny quirk, but I don't really care enough to remember it. I don't know. My thoughts on the double first base are sure, whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't care. That's what it is. If it's a dropped swinging strike, it's a weird thing where kind of either base can count. They just have to avoid one another. Like if you got thrown over to the green base, I think the defender can actually take advantage of the green base on a dropped third strike, and the runner can. I'll double check on that. Craig Granger, hashtag OTB mailbag. How many strikeouts did the Tigers get today?
Total?
I
Like the
don't
whole
know.
staff? Or just
Such a
Gage
crazy
Stone?
question. I don't know. I think total for the staff.
7.
Let's do 7. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
there it is. There it is. The lineup does stay the same as well.
Yeah, I love
Braswell,
this lineup.
White, Jones, Pearson, Travinsky, Milam, Bingham, Larson, Malazzo.
Do we have
So I
Georgia
know-
starter yet? Pitcher?
I'll look that up. I know a lot of people were like, well, Kling's going to start center field because it's a bigger park. Look, no.
I like Kling as a defensive replacement. He's been
That's
great.
great. That's
Yeah.
great. Do that in the 8th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But your lineup against Ole Miss is how you need to roll it out there. It gives you the best chance at the dish. We talked about it. What is Georgia's weakness? Well, it's going to be their pitching staff. Put the best lineup possible out there.
Yeah, and again, like Kling as a defensive replacement, very rangy.
Yeah,
you trust
great.
him, and
8th
he's
inning.
made a lot of big outs. Yeah, in the 8th and 9th here recently.
And if Bingham is the last out in the 7th inning, go ahead and roll him out there then, too, if you want to.
Has to go to your mailbag. Your best friend's wife is cheating on him. You know, but you have no proof. Do you say anything to your best friend?
No, you got to have proof.
Best friend's wife.
Yeah, you gotta.
You got to
Y'all ever
have
seen,
proof. Because it could backfire on you if you don't have proof.
100%.
Y'all ever seen The Dilemma with Kevin James and Vince Vaughn?
No.
Yes.
It's about this exact thing.
When
Vince
Larry
Vaughn
met-
finds out Kevin James' wife's cheating on him. He confronts her about it. He didn't have any proof, and like their friendship, like. So I guess don't watch it now because I just spoiled the entire movie. But
You got to have proof if you're going to do something like that.
I agree. It too. If it wasn't your best friend, if it was just an acquaintance or an okay friend, I would say just leave well enough alone and just don't get involved at all. But if it's your homie, that's.
If it's your homie, though, you got to be like, hey.
Hey, check her phone.
Yeah, you got to like leave clues or
Yeah.
something.
Maybe that's how you do it. You say, look, I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just maybe. But does that just mean like, what if she's not?
I mean,
how do you know,
Yeah, how
but
do
you have no
know?
proof?
Right.
That also comes into play.
Yeah.
Do you suspect? Because you would be damn sure if you're going to throw that accusation out there.
Mm-hmm. You got to have some proof.
You're like, I did it.
Yeah.
I banged your wife.
Yeah.
This
You
is
should break
how
up
I
with
know
her.
This is how I
she's
know.
cheating
Yeah,
because it was with me.
You should break up with her.
I don't know. Ask Reddit. Reddit has all the answers.
Yeah.
Reddit has
I used to go on Reddit
answers.
so long.
They have all the answers, and if they don't have your situation on Reddit, then you are insane.
The problem with Reddit is you read it, and to your mind, everybody you're reading is your age.
That's true, too.
But then you're like, oh, wait, actually, these are all like, a lot of these are just 16-year-old kids who don't know anything about anything. Why am I reading this?
I don't think, I don't know.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. Anyone order College Football 25 yet? Actually, have not yet. I'm going to, though. Hashtag OTB mailbag. Is Karl Anthony Towns' success proof there can be a successful effeminate star? I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
What?
He's calling Cat effeminate.
What's that?
What does that mean?
Like a little non-unmasculine, little feminine.
Oh.
He's calling him
there's
feminine.
There's plenty of stars that are not feminine.
Yeah.
That
Caleb
are
Williams
feminine.
won the Heisman Trophy.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
he wears nail polish.
Yeah, I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dennis
I always
Rodman.
thought Eddie George sounded very like soft-spoken, any kind of feminine, and that was one of the most badass dudes out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That guy
Dennis
from-
Rodman literally married himself.
The guy from Vanderbilt who said, Bama, you're next on his interview. He had a higher pitch voice. He was successful.
SEC football. Hey, Nick Saban, you come down here, guess what? You next. You're going to find out.
Sounds like Mike Tyson a little bit.
He did a little bit of that. Hashtag OTB mailbag. What summer blockbuster are you most looking forward to?
Dune 2.
I haven't looked, but I would say
Summer blockbuster.
shout out to my guy, John from Rouse's.
Oh my gosh, shout out John.
Who, of course, I've told y'all, he only experiences pop culture 35 years before today. So for him, it is May 21st, 1989, and he is about a month away from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade coming out. So that's the actual blockbuster that I'm most excited for, is to rewatch Last Crusade so me and John can chop it up.
God,
Also, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids about to come out for him as well.
Oh, that's a good one. There's a new Mad Max that's coming out.
Oh, yeah. That would be on top of my list. I'm super excited.
There's
to
a
see
new
Furiosa.
Bad Boys Ride or Die that's
I'm
coming
a
out.
couple behind at this point.
You know me, that's like right in my wheelhouse.
I've seen like one
The Bike Riders is coming out with Tom Hardy and Austin Butler. That looks really good.
That preview looks really good.
A couple kissable boys there.
Beverly Hills
Who's
Cop.
in it?
Tom Hardy and Austin Butler.
Oh, yeah, those are Tom Hardy for sure.
Yeah.
Get it.
I mean, Austin Butler, too.
New Despicable Me's coming out.
Not my type.
Why?
Oh, and
Too
New
beautiful?
Yeah, he's too pretty.
Yeah, it makes sense. New Despicable Me's fine.
Twisters.
Yeah, that's the answer there.
That's my
the
answer. Yeah.
Also,
yeah,
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Actually, that's my answer.
Ooh,
I changed it.
Deadpool, yeah.
I changed my answer. But that is the movie that I'm personally most excited to see. The Hugh Jackman Ryan Reynolds friendship is about as exciting as any.
Yeah.
Or as like you just love it from the outside looking in.
There's a lot of great stuff coming out. You got The Crow coming out.
And like Jake told us
Like a
yesterday, dude,
remake
box
of it?
office is back.
Yeah.
A remake of The Crow?
Yeah.
A lot of Crow
Who's
talk
in it?
this morning. What's going on?
What? That was the first time we
Bill
brought up-
Skarsgård.
Black Crow.
Oh, yeah. True.
Counting Crows.
True.
Old Crow Medicine Shop.
This Crow.
The Crow.
The Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 4 Crow things.
Last one here. Beetlejuice.
No.
What?
Is Michael Keaton going to be in it?
I'm just kind of over the remake.
All of them are going to be in it. Like it's the entire original cast.
Okay. I'm
That's
more
still
on
with
board
us.
now. I'm more on board now.
Yes, I loved
I don't even know
Beetlejuice
if
growing
I
up.
watched
Beetlejuice is awesome, but I am with like Alondra a little bit. Hopefully that's not coming out to Halloween though.
It is coming out September 6th.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
that's
place.
close
That's
enough.
Halloween. We'll count
That's
it.
close enough.
We'll count it for sure. Yodak Barbucci, am I the only one that fell asleep watching Dune? Yeah.
Wait,
you
the
are.
first one,
actually.
the first one or the second one?
The second one.
The first one was slow, so I could understand that.
I love in the second one that the feel good scenes are them just doing terrorism.
Yeah.
Like that's like they're like plucky, like yeah. Let's get this is the bonding moments. All right, I think is that it for the questions?
Was Rodman effeminate or just insane? I say insane.
I would say a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Rodman was himself.
His insanity caused him to be effeminate.
I don't know. I mean, is Rodman insane though?
No, he's just different.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Like-
he seems to actually know himself quite
Yeah,
well
he
for
just knows
whatever it's
thyself.
worth. Like He literally had it built into his time in Chicago, we now know, where he was like, look, I got to get out of here and go party.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much I know myself, is that if I'm going to make the grind of this season, like, you got to let me go to Vegas and spread my wings.
Is it Putin or Kim Jong-un that he's big friends with?
Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un?
Look, for whatever reason, North Korea's dictators love basketball.
Again, I just think he's a little out there. I think he's a little...
And
He is out there, but
him.
again,
That's what makes him
insanity and knowing yourself, I do believe are two different things. He may look insane to a very logical, more traditionally normal brain, such as yourself, but there's a consistency in Rodman's behavior that doesn't speak to insanity to me.
Yeah.
It speaks to
You just do
an
whatever
out there
you
guy.
want. That's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, exactly. Scott Dice. Rodman doesn't discriminate. He's a bisexual dude that does whatever he wants. It doesn't lie about it. Yeah, I would say it's a pretty good breakdown.
Yeah.
Rodman wrestled at WCW pay-per-view. I'm going to play the finals the next day. I don't know if it was the next day. I don't know about all that, but I do remember what got me into wrestling as a kid was Rodman Hogan versus DDP Karl Malone. And it was awesome. WCW SummerSlam back in the day. What are we talking about? Is somebody talking about id making a new Doom in the chat? Anyway, we should go to break. Not Dune, Doom. Any Doom fans in here?
Yeah. They're like the first person game.
Yeah.
On PC.
Apparently, id Software, makers of Doom, are making another Doom. Which I guess, they did Doom Eternal, or they did Doom 2016. Doom Eternal were both pretty good, but it's been 4 years. So Doom fans get excited. All right. When we get back, more Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Tommy's. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GEAUXTommies.com. GEAUXTommies.com. You need hardy plank or vinyl siding. You need wood or vinyl windows. You need any type of door. You just got that nice tax return. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I'm jealous. Check out Tommy's. Look, whatever your project is, they got your back, man. And make them one of the bids on the project. Like, that's how much I trust in Tommy and his team and their ability to prove to you that they're the correct people for the job. I'm not even telling them to use you outright. Go look at the reviews. Go to gotommys.com. Make them one of the bids. And, again, let them sell you. GEAUXTommies.com.
Yeah, there's a reason why Tommy and the crew have won the Angie's List Super Service Award every single year since 2016. And you'll find out, like, within minutes of meeting Tommy exactly why. Check out their work on their website. Check out the gallery. GoTommys.com. GEAUXTommies.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net. Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll be recapping LSU Georgia from the SEC tournament, and Shea Dixon stops by 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I know this.
Yeah.
This is funny, though. This doesn't really sound like the other songs to me. Like, stylistically.
Really?
Yeah.
I agree. This sounds more like
a little more rocky
Aerosmith vibes or something like that.
Yeah, the others
That's
didn't
kinda
sound as much like this to me.
Yeah, I know the song. Good song.
It is a pretty good song.
You have a great discography.
You do.
I mean, I would disagree in that I haven't liked anything else you've played yet, but this song's fine. Taylor, you thought that was funny?
Yeah.
Well, good,
That's why I
because
laughed.
now it's my chance to make fun of you with your Tay-Tay NFL Story of the Day. What do we got on deck today, Tay-Tay?
Yeah, let's get it. Caught me a little bit by surprise, but we are
Yeah,
here
good.
and we are ready for it.
Head on a swivel. We said it earlier.
It's retirement season in the offseason. Wide receiver Devontae Parker has decided to hang it up after 9 years in the NFL. Played with the Dolphins. He played with the Patriots forever. Louisville standout. He signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, and he decided that last night he was done. So 9 seasons in the NFL, almost 6,000 yards receiving, 27 touchdowns. Only 31 years old, though, but he's going to hang it up.
That's really the top NFL story of the day?
We could talk about that or
Devontae
Justin
Parker
Jefferson
retiring?
not at OTAs.
I think Justin Jefferson not at OTAs
Well,
is
Justin
more interesting.
Jefferson was not at the start of OTAs due to his ongoing contract dispute with the Minnesota Vikings. Maybe he's not happy with their quarterback draft pick. I don't think that has anything to do with it, but you know how the NFL rumors are swirling.
Nobody
so.
has ever held out because they weren't happy with the draft pick. The man wants more money.
Well,
Do you think they're going to pay? Do you think they're going to pay Jefferson?
They better. The best receiver in football.
Also, you guys remember Drew Sanders?
Yes, from Alabama and Arkansas.
No. Yeah. He was the white linebacker at Arkansas a couple years ago, T-Bob.
He had all the
I feel
sacks.
like there's been a lot of them.
Anyway,
you did have a Henry. You had a Bumper Pool.
Bumper Pool, that's who I'm thinking of.
Anyways, he was a rookie last year. Yeah, very similar to Bumper Pool. He was a rookie last year, and they were hoping he was going to take that year 2 jump. He looked really good at the end of the season. He tore his Achilles yesterday in practice. So
that sucks.
They believe he's going to be out for the whole year. They said, he did it early enough. He may be back if they make a playoff push, but he also plays for the Denver Broncos, so that's probably out of the question. But Drew Sanders, tears his Achilles yesterday. So round table NFL story of the day for you.
What's NFL Live going to be talking about today? Probably like just a list of some sort.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably OTA contracts.
Actually, I already know. So Orlovsky went on air today and said that Trevor Lawrence doesn't deserve a big extension yet. Hasn't played well enough to get that this far away from his contract ending, and he's not a top 8 quarterback. And there was a lot of pushback to Dan on that. And
Dan saying he's not a top 8 quarterback.
Yes, and he gave 8 quarterbacks like that he felt like
Where were the 8?
Were better.
Do you know on the top of your head? I mean, definitely. Okay, so definitely Mahomes, definitely Burrow, definitely Josh Allen.
I mean, I'm sure he had Lamar over him.
Yep, definitely Lamar. No, of
he
course.
had Herbert.
Herbert.
I mean,
So
we got
that's
2.
5.
That's 5.
Hurts.
Okay, it hurts. Is Hurts definitely? I don't know if I'd say
I
definitely.
would
yet.
say no because they both had bad years last year.
Yeah.
I think they both took steps
I don't know if
back. So
I'd
I
say
think they're kind
bad
of in the
year.
same boat.
Then who are the other 2?
I'll try to find Dan's list.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I mean, that's good content by Dan.
He probably went Dak, even though that's incorrect. I'm just,
No, he
I'm
did
just
not.
Assuming
Nobody went.
He
Dak.
didn't have.
Shalowski.
Yeah, just stop talking. Nobody went
Dude,
Dak.
people like Dak.
Nah. Here it is. God, I can't believe I actually did find it. We got Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, and Justin Herbert.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Goff. Yeah. I mean, for sure, Goff deserves.
You look
to
at
be
Goff's like last 3 years, he's up there with the best of them.
The well,
Kirk
and it's
Cousins
funny
didn't see
too.
Derek Carr up there.
Cowherd finding just a good Cowherdian angle. Yesterday had to take that. Yes, Joe Burrow's better than Jared Goff, but Jared Goff is healthy. So give me Jared Goff over Joe Burrow. Agree or disagree?
I mean, do we think Joe Burrow will be fully healthy to start the year? Because if he's fully healthy to start the
I don't
year,
think
I'm
that's what
going
he's
with Joe
saying. I
Burrow.
don't think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying just like you have a quarterback to start this season for you. Who are you taking?
Your former boss is just trying to get clicks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but,
I'm
but,
taking Joe
but,
Burrow.
But that's the point, though. Like any of these takes, it's a good angle. It is a good angle.
It's not really.
What do you mean?
Because
Goff's been completely 100% available. Whereas
Yes.
that's been Burrow's one thing that's held him back has been injuries.
Every list of anybody that I know that does a deep dive into film, actual tape.
Well, he
goes
said Burrow was better.
Mahomes, Burrow.
Yeah, he said Burrow's better.
Joe's got a flow going right now that makes
Well,
me
it's not
feel
real.
like,
Okay, so that's not real.
Oh, it's not real?
No. But
AI got me again.
let's discuss it next.
A lot of
because-
Anakin.
Yes, I mean it is
He
right
looks
up my
like
alley.
Anakin.
It is
Also
right up my
Dalton
alley.
from Roadhouse.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, like the original Roadhouse, not that Jake Gyllenhaal
Yeah, I
one.
was like, I don't think he looked like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, no, Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
That is the Tay NFL story of the day. When we get back, let's talk a little Joe Skywalker here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com. You love me some All-Star. Yes, I do. The minivan's so nice, I bought it twice. Toyota Sienna changed my life. True. So I got a 2018, I also got, I think, like 22, 23, I can't remember. But it's a hybrid, and it's awesome. So I never have to fill it up with gas. It saves a ton of money. But I also don't have to sit there and, like, charge it for, like, 20 or 30 minutes or whatever it is that a full EV has to do. But look, it's all there for you. Tundras, Tacomas, the best prices, the best people. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
If you're going on vacation here,
really
it could even
does.
be coming up in the next couple of days because school gets out some places Tuesday, some Wednesday, Thursday. This week, right, you're going to be out of school. But if you have a vacation that starts this weekend, it is still not too late to get that rental from All-Star. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today. No matter what you're looking for, bigger, better on gas mileage, truck, hybrid, whatever, they've got you covered. Also, ToyotaBatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Sandgriff joined me and Jimmy out for the Tuesday edition of Live at Lunch. We are at Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in Mid-City, and we'll be right alongside LSU and Georgia in the first round of the SEC tournament. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Tuesday on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. Yeah!
So you know this one?
Yes. What is this one?
Twice as hard. Still the Black Crows.
Okay, so this sounds very rocky. Again, this sounds like the last one, not like the first two to me. Huh.
She got them down little fingers. I love the Black Crows. I was supposed to see them.
I could have a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah. I was supposed to see them, but then COVID happened. It was like summer 2020. I was supposed to go see them.
Weird time thinking back on it. All right.
One day I'm going to tell my kids about that, and they're not going to believe me.
I mean, but like, is it that exciting of a story?
I mean, they'll be like, well, each time
we all
they'll be like,
stayed
hey,
at
why
just
home
does this?
didn't do anything.
Yeah.
People played a lot of video games.
Well, no, because they'll learn about it
Zoom
in
meetings.
They'll learn about it in school. Be like, hey, what was this like COVID-19 pandemic? And I'm gonna explain to them. They'll be like, no, there's no way y'all did that.
It's like Spanish flu.
No, we did.
You think you had it tough? Okay, I had to sit at home and grind zombies for 4 months straight. Okay, kids. So you don't know about growing up with it tough.
I had to play Warzone all day.
Yeah.
All day. Went on a couple hikes.
I used to walk around my neighborhood to not lose my mind nonstop, pulling the kids in this wagon and just drinking beer. Yeah. So much beer. I would drink like 6 to 8 beers per walk.
Yeah. It was a ridiculous amount of alcohol
fatter
being
and fatter
consumed.
and losing my mind.
Yeah. I did a lot of puzzles too.
Oh, I hate puzzles.
What?
I hate them.
I can't.
My wife's family
love
loves them. I
puzzles.
think they're the most boring. I loathe them. And it's like
What?
It's like my wife's family's big like family tradition is to do puzzles on all vacations and
Yeah,
everything.
Victoria does
I
it. Victoria
love
and my
puzzles.
sister, they love puzzles, and they like sit there at the table all day and do it. I'm like, I can't do
I
this.
try to finish like 1,000-piece ones in a week.
No, I mean, good on them. They teach their own. Just the puzzle thing never clicked with me.
Wow.
I hate it.
You seem like you'd be a puzzle guy.
He does.
Right?
Yeah, no, to be fair, I mean,
Yes.
look, I could see it. But I'm just not. I'm just not at all. It does less than nothing for me. You want to feel old?
I know where you're going.
You do?
Yep.
Kick six?
Yep.
CJ Davis, Chris Davis III, is a player that Auburn just offered. He is the son of former Auburn defensive back and kick six legend Chris
There's no way.
Davis. Yes. The son of the kick six man has been offered to play college football at college.
Do we know
That's
what
how old
grade he's in? Like, is this like an early
That
sophomore that they offered, or is it like
I don't know.
senior year?
Look, class of 2028. So I guess, is that
Okay.
freshman or sophomore?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes me feel a bit better. I just saw
looked
that
it
detail.
up. Chris Davis, who returned the kick, is 33.
Did he have the kid in?
Must have had him pretty young.
college?
Must have had him pretty young. Yeah. probably
Okay,
in
I
college
was
or high
like,
school.
there's no way.
Yeah, because I was sitting here, I was thinking the same thing. I'm 39. Hey, that's the first time I've had to do it. Don't love it.
Sorry.
Do not look gross number.
Doesn't feel good.
I'm 39, and I was married in college. We had Jackson. I think I was 24, so we had him pretty young.
Yeah.
He's only 14. Like, he's not even close.
No,
So
I
was
think the
like,
math would dictate that Chris probably had about 17, 18.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere around
I was
there.
like, what?
Yeah.
But
That's like
this will make Jake feel old, and I apologize. I feel like the time between Jake leaving college and Davis returning the kick was a lot longer than 6 years. But you're
Yeah.
only 6 years older than him.
Yeah, that's true too. It's true as well. It's a big middle finger to try to hide there, Jake.
I know
Yeah.
it was.
that's kind of like how Anne Frank and Martin Luther King were born the same year.
That's weird.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I can see it. Like,
Now,
I don't
yeah.
find it like, oh, that can't be true. But that is odd
It's
to think
weird,
about.
right?
100%. I mean, given, one person forged their legacy in the 40s with the others forging their legacy in the 60s. So those
Yeah.
are such distinctly different times. I see why it feels like a disconnect. Okay, wait, real quick. Give me Joe Burrow with AI'd long hair. I desperately wanted this picture to be true. It was making the rounds on the internet yesterday.
I know you did.
He's serving up so many looks, but obviously the main look that he's serving up is someone who just heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
You think so?
A tale that a Jedi would not tell you. I think so, dude. That is pure Anakin Skywalker. He definitely has like 80s, like,
Yeah.
maybe like.
So, no, I have.
Stranger Things.
What
to
do you
me,
have?
it's I want you to be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Is this what?
From the Roadhouse.
Sounds horny. Oh. I know what you were getting at.
Oh, I love it. I knew exactly where you were going to take it. And that's what Dalton says in Roadhouse.
Okay.
Like, hey, when do we jump in these fights? It's like, I want you to be nice until it's time not to be nice.
I don't know
Zuckerberg.
Roadhouse, so that's on me. A lot of people say Billy from Stranger Things, which I also see.
Yeah, it does give Stranger Things.
But again, he has Hayden Christensen's like
Yes.
cheekbones
Yeah. Yeah,
he
and
does.
chins.
Yeah.
No, it's
Chin,
more
the
Anakin
chin,
than
not-
Stranger Things.
yeah.
But
Joey B. Okay, maybe the best prequel, Revenge of the Sith. Maybe a little time for Revenge of the Bith. That doesn't really work. We can
Just
workshop
don't pull
it.
that Bengals stuff out again, please.
Come on,
Off the
Ben,
bench with
Joey.
Hester and T-Bob.
Division. You're the Hall of Fame. Okay. Y'all are dumb. That is funny.
I just, not even
It
in
is
the
objectively funny.
slightest. And I think you're funny.
Let's go, Bengals.
But not that.
I just don't get how y'all don't think it's funny. Whatever. Agaton Baton Rouge, I do get that because it's service to the highest degree and the online reviews speak for themselves. Agaton Baton Rouge, AgatonBR.com. Look, it's summer, man. You need to make sure that AC unit's good to go. Get a little checkup, okay? Avoid any catastrophic issues down the road that are going to set you back. Ask about things like the Star Club membership. And remember, you need a whole home generator for storm season. You've been thinking about it. Agaton give you that free estimate, let you know exactly what the deal is. Go to Agaton BR, Agaton Baton Rouge.
Go to the website to get that appointment scheduled because you don't want your AC to be failing right now. Make sure you get that tuned up, that checkup, AgTempBR.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Tuesday, May 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 92. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll be joined by Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football to talk some New Orleans Saints. A well-known food chain is filing for bankruptcy, and T-Bob is distraught over it. Also, we'll close out the show with some Ask the Bench. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch them in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Also, the baseball game, we are 30 minutes away from first pitch at, in Hoover between LSU and Georgia. You can follow us on Instagram or Twitter at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Happening, y'all. Welcome back, OTB. Hour number 3, Tuesday, which means we start with our guy, Nick Underhill from New Orleans Football. Go sign up for New Orleans Football today. Sub to him on YouTube, everything else. Proud survivor for years now. You know that I believe it is your number one resource for Saints news. A lot of talented Saints writers out there, but maybe none better than the team over there at NOF. Let's start here, Nick. Latest on the Marshawn Latimore trade potential.
I got a question for you at the end of this answer because I need to know which restaurant chain went bankrupt, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yep.
The first thing, yeah, I mean, the thing on Latimore, him and DA are talking a little bit, so I mean that's a good thing. The thing I would say though is that typically, like there are guys that just kind of the season ends and they go off and they do their thing and then they come back when it's mandatory. Like typically, Marshawn's one of those guys. So like I know a few weeks ago, like DA or it's a draft, DA said that he hadn't spoken to Marshawn, and I don't think that was really atypical. Like Marshawn isn't someone that shows up for OTAs. Taysom Hill's not a guy that shows up for OTAs. Alvin Kamara's tweeting pictures of being in Ghana as of yesterday. I would be surprised if he's at today's OTA when we go out there in about an hour. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think I think the thing with Latimore is like I think that's a good sign that it doesn't sound like it's like at this place of just intense at odds, can't survive in the same building type of situation. So I think that's a good thing, but I still believe that if there is a call and it's like a high second round pick, late first round pick, like a type of trade where you really got to consider it. I still think the door is wide open for him to get traded. And I think that's definitely a possibility, but it doesn't sound like it has to happen. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that's a step in the right direction for sure.
I mean, surely it wouldn't happen for like a 4th round pick though, right? Like they would need a better, they're going to need something juicier to make him pull that trigger. I feel like is the latest development.
Yeah, I saw that Bill Barnwell article too, where he suggested a 4th round pick. No, I mean, I don't see any way that would happen. That would be crazy. I mean, he's someone that I think if you tell me he's playing every single game this year, 17 games healthy, locked in, has the right attitude, like he's a game changer. Like I don't think you trade that type of player for a 4th. Now, like they do have like a lot of corners, so you could trade him and it wouldn't necessarily submarine your season or anything like that. So it's something that I think the door is open on for sure. But yeah, they aren't going to give him away. They don't have to trade him. You know, I know a lot of people like immediately the point of reference is the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trade. Mm-hmm. And like, I would say the difference with that is that like Chauncey was going to get cut. Like they got something for a player they were going to cut. Yeah. Like they aren't going to cut Marshawn. So people are like, oh, they made a dumb trade. They'll get rid of these guys for scraps. Like, no, like he was going anyhow. Like everybody knew he was going, and then they got something for him still. So I don't think it's the same situation at all. I think that, you know, they're kind of willing to let him come in and do his thing. And if he wants to do it, great. But if someone calls and makes a great offer, yeah, it definitely could be out of here.
So I'll read you a little excerpt from an article. This is Red Lobster. So Red Lobster filed for bankruptcy. To be clear, this is a lot of private equity shenanigans where it seems like there's it looks like maybe private equity kind of crashed Red Lobster to claim losses to help relieve some of their tax burden. But this is a very funny part. Quote, then came a reboot idea that turned into a jumbo disaster. Ultimate endless shrimp. Red Lobster took its classic promotion and made it permanent with prices starting originally at $20. The union later cited this as the main cause of its $11 million loss that quarter. The goal was to get more people in the door, which did happen, but many diners then stayed for hours, picking at plate after plate of shrimp dishes and critically buying little else. Can you imagine just posting up in a Red Lobster for multiple hours and just eating that much shrimp? That seems...
It's amazing. Yeah, no, it's amazing. I'm glad that happened. Like, I'm not glad it happened, but it's a funny story. But look, I thought you were about to tell me that like Olive Garden was going. Like that would have made me distraught. Like I'm an Olive Garden guy. Like Applebee's can't go. Like Red Lobster can go. Like my only
that's fair.
Red Lobster. Yeah, my Red Lobster. Like the only thing I care about it is like there was a joke in the first Ted movie. Like that's the only thing I think about Red Lobster. I don't think it's fit to repeat on here. But that's my only point of reference for it. But like as long as OG's still standing, like I'm good. I'm happy. My head's held high. So yeah, I mean, sad to see Red Lobster go. But like if we're gonna do like a power ranking, like they're definitely one of the first.
No, they're near the bottom, but like you gotta be feeling a bit sick after shrimp plate number 6. Like after your 6th plate of just pure shrimp, like surely you're shrimped out, dude. But I don't know, man. Maybe you're really hungry. I don't know. All right. Other Saints questions. Chase Young, what's the latest on his injury recovery?
It sounds like he's participating like in the walkthrough portion of practices and stuff like that. So I mean, he's up, he's moving. It's I guess that's probably a good thing. We don't really see him like running or anything like that. And I think it'll probably be a little while before that happens. But it sounds like it's trending the right direction. Everything always is trending the right direction until it isn't, and then you get that devastating update.
Yeah.
So you never really know. But like it's funny because like it's like Chase, like I think we talked about this before. It's like Chase Young doesn't exist. Like it's hard to factor him into anything. And then like you kind of hear he's like up and moving, and it's like, oh, like what if he gets 8 sacks this year? Like what does that do for the team? Could it change things? Like I don't even think the bar is like necessarily that high on it. Like if he's just like good and solid, like I think there's a chance that it changes the fortunes. And you kind of start looking down the list, and like I think it's it's May. We're about to go out and watch the first OTA, so it's kind of like we're at that like what if optimism portion of the season. And I'm gonna try not to like buy into it too much this year because I've been burned the last 2 years. But like there are guys on that defensive line where like if 2 of the 4 what ifs hit, like it might be okay. Like they might have an okay defensive line this year. And him, Foskey, Peyton Turner. If Cam Jordan's just like a little bit less injured, like I'm not of the belief that a 35-year-old is going to like get back to his prime, but he was hurt last year. He had surgery. Like what if he can give you 3-4 sacks and be decent against the run? Like if a few of these what ifs hit, like there's a chance that line could be okay. And Chase Young obviously being the biggest what if and the biggest upside player, like he's someone with Pro Bowl potential, probably the only guy on the defensive line with Pro Bowl potential, but. If everything hits with him, like there's a chance. So it sounds like it's trending the right way, and that's definitely got to be a good thing.
Staying with the defensive line, a guy that was a first-round pick a year ago and played pretty well, Bryan Bresee. We haven't really talked about him this offseason. It was a player that I thought really got better as the year went along. Like, what are the plans maybe for him? Because you still have other veteran defensive tackles that maybe even ahead of him in the rotation. You draft a Christian Boyd now in the 6th round, but still – that's a guy that, you kind of like coming out of college. What's the latest maybe with Bryan Bresee and his plan for the Saints defense?
Yeah, it's funny because I don't think we talked about him enough at all last year, just like in general. Like he had a really good season. There was just like so much negativity that it was kind of hard to see like these little glimmers here and there. A rookie DT that, I think we did a study before the season and like, guys that got like 3 sacks, like that was like a great number for a rookie DT. And, he exceeded that. And then he had a couple taken away too. I thought he was really good. I mean, I think there's still a lot of room for improvement. I think there was still some, rawness at the end of the season. There was more at the beginning of the season, continued to get better. The pad levels started to improve near the end of the season. I think he's got to get a little bit better against the run, but that comes with time and experience. That's usually how it goes for these guys. But yeah, man, I think he really has a chance to be like a really good player. I mean, just you look at kind of where he stacks up with other guys that kind of had good rookie years, and he's on that track. And I think you saw the talent. It was never a question of just the circumstances for his college career dropped him a little bit in the draft. Like I think he's somebody that had probably top 12 talent, and he slipped a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I think for sure. I think for sure he's a guy that's a spot of positivity, and I'm excited to see what he can do this year. I think Christian Boyd's probably more. I like a lot of the stuff he does, but I think we've seen how this plays out from the small school, that specific small school, the transition to the NFL. And I think even inside, like they're realistic that it's probably like. He'll be around this year. He'll probably be able to contribute a little bit, but it's probably year 2 where you really start to see it with him. So I don't think he's necessarily like someone they're counting on for huge production. Nathan Shepard's another guy that just really never got mentioned. And, people probably don't even realize he's on the team because like we didn't talk about him. Yeah, he did. He had a good solid season. Out of those 2 guys, like he's the one that ended up getting a lot more silence. Saunders ended up getting a lot more hype, and I think he's just a funner player, but I thought Shepard was a guy that played a lot better. He's a low-key bright spot on that line too. So, I think they're expecting a little bit more from him this season too. So I think the pieces are there. Like if a few of these things hit, like it could be a disaster. Like the downside is disaster. Foskey doesn't play well. Peyton Turner doesn't play well. Bresee doesn't continue to progress. Cam Jordan's just, 35. Chase Young doesn't. Like there is a definite disaster scenario, but I think realistically, like a couple of these things probably will turn out to be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe even good. And there's a chance that the defensive line might be fine. Like I don't think they need to be great. Like I think they can just be fine. And there's definitely a chance of it.
I like this little nugget from New Orleans on football. And someone, Dennis Allen, said one of the reasons why they signed Lucas Patrick was because Bryan Bresee actually said that Patrick was the toughest opponent that he faced last year. Allen said the tape would back that up. But I want to ask you about another offensive lineman. I do like the Patrick signing for what it's worth. But is it time to start the Cesar Ruiz hype train?
I don't know if I'm there yet, but look at like losing the weight, being bought in.
It looks good, Jake.
Kind of knowing what the scheme requires, that there's going to be more movement, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, yes. I think last year was a definite. Like he's kind of been, he's down and up and down, and hopefully he gets another up. I think he can be solid. I think he can definitely be a solid player on the line. One of the other things too is that you can be a bad offensive line and you can hide that if you have effective play action. Like you can legitimately hide some really ugly stuff if you have a good play action game. So if they establish that, like there's ways to take pressure off of this. So we'll see. But yeah, I think Ruiz is someone that this scheme just, going more into the wide zone and all that stuff. It's not like they didn't do it before, but like going more into it, I think he can help. Like he's an athletic offensive lineman. Like it should accentuate, some of the stuff he's able to do and some of the things that made him an exciting first round pick. I mean, the agility numbers, the 3-cone, the 40-time, like all that stuff was really good relative to other offensive linemen. And I do think that stuff will stand out a little bit. I can't wait to go out here and just see what Trevor Penning looks like and how he's moving and all that stuff. Like I think that's number one. But yeah, that line as a whole, it's the biggest story of the offseason. Him showing up, just looking in shape, bought in, not injured. People forget he had that crazy foot surgery, and that kind of slowed down his offseason last year. Maybe hitting the ground running, is something that kind of sets up for him to have, a good season. It definitely can't hurt.
Which player are you more excited than any to get your eyes on? It can be a new player, returning player, draftee, free agent signing, whatever. Like, which player, when you go out there, would you eye hustle the first?
Well, I mean, I am like I took the Kendra Miller stock. Like, if it, I made the public offering. Like, I spearheaded that, bringing it to market. So it's Kendra for me. I mean, last year though, like the thing for me is like you go out to a practice and if you have like a running back out there with like legitimate juice. Like, it just looks so much different, like, than everything else. Like, it just brings life kind of to everything. I'm eager to see that, and kind of a weird answer, but, like, I want to see the Horvath, the fullback. I want to see, like, how he moves.
Whoa. That's not a weird answer. It's a fantastic answer. What are you talking about?
Might be the dumbest answer we've ever
That's the greatest answer you've ever given us, Nick.
I don't think.
In 3 years, you've never said anything smarter.
Anybody.
I'm muting. No, mute.
Autistic levels of Saints coverage.
No.
To say that you are desperately hoping to watch
what
Kyle
did the
Horvath
team
move.
where the coordinator's coming from utilize as much as anybody in the league?
Okay. Is that the angle, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, Jake has a vision. Yeah,
okay, there we go. I think a couple of audits chopping it up.
I think it's a legitimately very important position in this offense, and they kind of handpicked him. Like, if he's the guy, I think he's important. Like, I think it's important. I think that's an important battle. Like, I think it matters. Yeah. So if they have a good fullback, I think it just kind of opens up the offense entirely, and then you throw Taysom in there, and it could be really interesting. So he's somebody I just kind of want to get eyes on because he felt like a handpicked person by this coaching staff, and I just kind of really want to see it. But then going playing the hits, like I want to see how Olave hits. Like, has he gotten any bigger? Penning obviously is a huge one. I want to see whoever's lined up at left guard to start. But like really the thing for me is like it's still that offensive coaching staff. Like I wanted to see how they kind of interact with everybody. Like we got a glimpse of it at rookie camp, but obviously everyone's out here now. I want to hear how Andrew Janocko like talks to Derek Carr. Like just all these like little things that we haven't seen before. It's kind of all entirely new, so it's going to be really interesting. Like we get one practice a week next 3 weeks, and then 3 in a row the fourth week for minicamp. Like I think these next 6 practices are going to be really interesting just to kind of see just how, everything interacts on offense because it's all brand new.
Nick Underhill, NewOrleans.football is the site. Again, go sign up today. Sub to their YouTube channels. Just excellent Saints coverage going down all the time. Him, Mike Triple, the entire team there at NOF. Really, really talented stuff. I'm a proud subscriber, have been for years. You should check it out as well. Nick, thank you so much, man, and enjoy OTAs. Looking forward to hearing your takes.
Yeah, thanks, man. Take it easy, guys.
All right, later, man.
Horvath could tote that thing in college now.
Yeah, true. I forgot about I forgot that basically Kubiak is Shanahan, and that yes, the fullback position does matter.
It does. Make him great again.
It does. Ask the bench, Mexican Coke or cane sugar Dr. Pepper? I don't know if I've had cane sugar Dr. Pepper.
Mexican Coke, nothing.
And Mexican
tops
Coke
it.
is great, but like I need to try cane sugar Dr.
It's good.
That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, they're good. It's like, you know how they used to say, like, you have Dr. Pepper like 10, 2, and 4 or whatever?
Huh. No, I don't
Well, like the label's green and it has like a clock. It was like 10, 2, and 4.
Oh, no. I don't know what. I have no.
You know that Tim McGraw? Is it a Tim
Dr.
McGraw?
Pepper?
Is it a Tim McGraw
You remember
song?
this, Jake?
Where he's
Yeah.
like at
No.
10, 2,
Yeah, well, and then
4.
also, if you ever played like 5-card draw poker back in the day, you could play 5-card draw Dr. Pepper, and 10, 2, and 4 were wild, and then you would make them like the wild cards.
What in the hell are y'all talking
What
about?
in
don't know-
the
so the-
Walker, Louisiana
y'all don't know
talking
I have
about?
never
This is
heard a
Texas too, I guess.
single thing that you're
One of
talking
the
about.
original Dr. Pepper logos had a
Yeah.
10, a 2, and a 4 on it, and that's
Really?
yeah. Look here, I'll
As
show you.
much Dr. Pepper as I have to buy,
Yeah.
you would think I would know this.
Yeah. Have y'all tried the coconut Dr. Pepper that
I mean,
came out?
okay, I
Yeah,
see the bottle.
I have it in
Oh,
the fridge.
It's so bomb.
I love coconut.
The coconut
Is it
Dr.
fire?
Pepper is
I mean,
10
my
out of
boys
10.
love
Coconut
Dr.
sugar?
Pepper.
No,
Like-
it's
like-
just like
It's
creamy
coconut cream.
coconut. Yeah.
Dr. Pepper is the original name.
Ooh, where
Nice
can I
and
get
creamy.
it? Just like
Um,
anywhere?
Okay,
I got some at Walmart.
Okay, maybe at Walmart,
Yeah,
but
creamed at
the
Walmart?
only place I could find it was at the Albertsons on Government. So if I go there and there's no more coconut Dr. Pepper, I'm gonna be so mad.
Huh.
Because y'all
What?
probably went and bought it
You
all.
got
Well,
you,
you
bub?
just said it on the radio, too.
No, I
so-
see the
well,
bottles.
don't go
I
to
see the
that
bottles. I just Googled them. I've never seen that bottle before.
Yeah.
That's cool. 10,
It's like
2,
an
and
old
4.
vintage one.
How about it? 5-card Dr. Pepper.
What?
I know. Learn something new every day,
Man.
don't you?
Well, there's a green
tell
one
you
too. There's that one. That's the bottled one, and then there's like a green label as well.
The world is a
Go to the Buc-ee's in Baytown. You'll find it.
vast
10,
and
2,
varied
4.
place.
Tell you what, you kids can teach us something every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan Smith
That
says,
16-year-old knowledge.
That's right.
Smith says, remember Dr. Pepper 10? Its ad campaign was, it's not for women. That was the funniest ad campaign probably
Oh
in
my
my
God,
life.
it was.
They would literally just yell at the camera, it's not for women. Like, what? Sure. Whatever, dude.
Oh,
All right.
I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can play one. I mean, coming up later if we want.
Saying was you put peanuts in Dr. Pepper and have the snack at 10, 2, and 4.
Dr. Pepper, okay.
That's what
Yeah,
your
Dr.
meal.
Pepper- it's
I
supposed
mean,
to be
I
shaped
love
like a
a sweet and
clock.
savory
Yeah.
mix. Peanuts in a soda is great.
Yeah.
It's always just kind of been a wild card. Like, apparently,
Like popcorn and M&Ms.
yeah, that's good too. That's elite.
That's actually one that I don't.
yeah,
I like
well, you're
nothing
dumb.
on my popcorn.
No, that's dumb.
Love.
Oh, I love to mix it.
Especially not the cannon putting those wet jalapenos in there. So
Pepsi,
gross.
No, that's not
Pepsi
good.
is manufactured, or they manufacture Dr. Pepper in Canada, but then in the United Kingdom, Japan, and South Korea, it's Coca-Cola, and then in the United States, it's Keurig.
Huh?
Yeah,
Wait, what do you
like
mean?
it's always been like this. Like who owns Dr. Pepper has always been.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
like not Pepsi or
per
Coke.
country?
Yeah,
Yeah, because you'll go to a restaurant that only has
Yeah.
Pepsi, but they'll have Dr. Pepper.
the same as Coke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and, well, and then and you go look, and you're like, oh, this is a Coke product and a Pepsi. Like it's always Coke, Dr. Pepper. Like at the distribution center, it's like two different logos. It's like Dr. Pepper's like independent. They're like the Notre Dame of the sodas.
they are very Notre Dame.
Joey
That's a good
LeBlanc
point.
saying that Britt talked about it yesterday. Pickles and Dr. Pepper are a thing.
So people are getting it at Sonic. It started on TikTok, and like it's getting
TikToks are
so
so much
popular
weird
now
stuff.
to where like you could just order it at Sonic.
Damn.
They'll just drop like sliced dill pickles in your Dr. Pepper and you mix it around.
Really?
I haven't
I feel
had
like I
it.
could
It
get-
sounds awful.
I
but
feel like I could get behind that.
I'll try anything with
I'm gonna
like
say that's not for
dill
me.
pickles. Like I like a good ballpark dill pickle.
Yes.
Movie theater dill pickle.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like pickles on stuff, but miss me with just like eating like just a fat pickle. I'm not into it.
you don't like the Big
I love a
Poppy's
fat
bag
pickle.
pickles at the gas
no,
station.
that's what I'm saying.
Those
My
can
wife
get
used
got,
to get that at
too.
the movie
Those are good. They got
theaters.
the hot
can get
ones,
got.
yeah.
Those can get got.
Um,
Stay hydrated, man. If you don't have My High, yeah, you go old school.
great
pickle
for cramping.
juice.
Yeah, no. Look, if I have heartburn, I'll drink pickle juice.
My High was drinkmyhigh.com was a big savior over the weekend. Not only for the players, but for the coaches and parents.
Yeah, those little Freezy Pops are pretty good. But
And I
until
know Matt tells
Flynn
me
shows up again, we're
I
not.
know he tells me not to do this all the time, but I was just straight from the package to the dome. No water.
That's disgusting.
It's hydration.
I think the water's doing a lot of the
Nope.
hydrating as well. I think that's
Jake
kind of the point.
Jake was snorting the
Yes.
packets.
I
Have
don't
you
know.
ever dry
I
scooped
don't think.
pre-workout?
I mean, yeah, the electrolytes are in there, but I
Yeah.
think like the water's a key part of the hydration.
Nah.
What? We're gonna have to call it a scientist. I think you're crazy. All right, we've gone very long.
Call
When we
Matt.
get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Come on, Coleman.
I'm not even, you got it.
ColemanRoof.com. The roofing company in the division. Fix your roof, you win the championship. The most complete, reliable, and respected roof company in Louisiana. Complete because it's any size project, commercial, residential. Complete because it's anywhere in the state. In fact, anywhere in the Gulf South region. Complete because it's any type of roof, any and that could be from like the brand or like wood, metal, whatever, shingle, whatever, New Orleans slate, tile, like all of it. Complete. And that's also the construction portion. Like I said, I have a friend who's a tree fell on his house. Said, why don't you hit up Coleman Roof? Because not only do they rebuild the drywall and everything else, but then they fix the roof as well. Reliable and respected because go look at the reviews. People love them. They are the ultimate leave no stone unturned when it comes to serving their customers. ColemanRoof.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Pluckers. We're a de facto post-game show from the SEC Baseball Opener. LSU moving on or sweating the rest of the week. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Ever thinking just for 1 second?
Go, guys. 3 minutes first pitch. Put it on the television. Taylor, do something for once, please. LSU UJ about to get underway.
One day you're going to just crush my Adam's apple with that microphone.
Hey.
The
Head on a swivel.
aggression that you come in with and just smoke me in the throat with that microphone.
Head on a swivel, dude.
But if I move my head, it's still going to hit me in the neck.
Nookie says Cajunomics is up. Farewell, OTB. All right, see you on the other side.
You can do
I
both at the
understand.
same time.
I understand.
Put one on your laptop, one on your phone.
And T-Bub loves getting the little Chick-fil-A mini chicken biscuits with tiny little hands. Screw you, Daniel Basham.
Yeah,
You want to
they're
go back
just
to timeout?
regular
You
biscuits.
want to go back timeout? That made me do it.
You want me
I'll
to
put your ass in 5 minute
accidentally
timeout.
put
Yes.
him in timeout again?
Put him in an accidental 1 hour timeout again.
Man, I'm pumped. Let's go Tigers.
I'm trying to think,
I agree.
what's the
I
last
agree.
sporting event that was not
Nervous, but I'm
soccer
excited.
that we've had the ability to watch during the show?
There's like opening
probably
day
the Masters.
Dodgers.
I don't know
Jake,
a lot.
probably
Yeah.
probably the Masters.
Well, I don't count golf.
No,
yeah, you're right. Dodgers
Opening
and
day.
Padres
Yeah.
played Korea.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in
In Korea?
Seoul or whatever you say. However you say
Seoul?
it. Seoul.
During COVID, we watched a little Korean baseball.
Yes, we did.
The Busan Giants or something like that.
We did. We watched, playing soccer. Like if there's a big match that's early, was it European Cup we watched in here?
Whose cup? I've never done that.
What?
You said European and cup.
Jeez and peas. You're
Count
on
it.
one today. You were on one today.
Count it. I'm on fire. I'm also out of juice. So if anybody wants to finish the show, feel free. Because I just want to watch baseball now. I'm very excited. As we said.
Should we give like a play-by-play? Like you can be Bob Uecker and I'll be the fly ball caught guy?
Okay.
Yes,
One of y'all needs to be Lynn.
Oh, God, don't make
Here
Bob
we
Dyer.
are.
It's
That
happening.
Hoover, Alabama.
Oh, look at
Everything
Jay
on the
Mitch.
line.
Shout out Jay Mitch.
Oh, wow,
Jared
look at a
Mitchell
boy, dude.
on the desk at the
Okay.
That's a Hoover
SEC
Met.
baseball tournament.
It's big time.
That's a fast rise. Let's
It is
go.
a very fast rise. Also, that hairline looked a little better today. I feel like it looked a little high and tighter.
Look good.
Speaking of hair, aren't you getting it cut tomorrow?
Yeah.
Ha.
Yeah.
F-boy fade.
Wait, you're getting it cut. I thought it was today.
That means that you have to get an earring now.
Mm-hmm.
Right before Vegas.
Well, you can't only
No,
do
in Vegas.
You
In
can't
Vegas.
only do the things that you told your Snaps listeners that you do.
What a
You also told your OTB listeners if you got to a certain amount of Instagram followers that you would get a dangle cross earring.
Well, we all did, and we all said no. I'm not doing. I'm flat out not doing that.
Oh,
Well, he also-
so you're
he
only
also
loyal
has
to
two-
those listeners.
No, I think there's a vast difference in piercing my right ear and getting.
Well, it didn't matter the ear; it could be left or right.
Really? Can it? I thought there was like.
You also have
I mean, let's have
two
whatever
separate.
you'll do.
You also have two separate castration bets on this show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm fine.
What
One
was
of
the other one? So Florida winning the SEC was one.
Yeah,
in football. What was the other?
and then the other one was LSU baseball getting last place. Which, hello, Chicken Littles, you freaking nerds! I tried to tell you, idiots, you dummies, you dumb, stupid idiots. 10-5 in the second half of the season. Okay,
Dang, do you treat your other coworkers like this?
I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to
Do you
Tiger
treat
droppings.
your other listeners like
That's
this?
I'm
what
talking
saying. I
to
was like, I
Tiger
didn't-
droppings.
I know. I feel like he definitely loves.
make the
I think the
stats.
Tiger droppings guy lives in Chicago.
You think so?
How about that?
I think you like your.
Like we tried to
Chicago
tell
fan.
you, Alondra tried to tell you we're big in Chicago.
I'm telling, like,
She tried to
That's
tell you
true.
that.
who was get me in touch with whoever wanted to put us on in Chicago. I can make this happen.
Taylor, rock, paper, scissors. Loser gets a Prince Albert. Come on, do it right now.
What's Prince Albert?
No,
Oh, dude, I
Oh.
threw a rock.
No,
I threw a
I
rock.
just-
Sorry, dude.
I just
I did it under the
remembered
table.
what that
Under the
was.
table,
I just
yeah.
remembered what that was. I can't do that.
Hey,
bet.
don't Google that
I'm
on
sorry.
work Wi-Fi, Alondra.
Sorry.
What?
Prince Albert. Don't-
Oh.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, like, okay,
Yeah, don't do that.
wasn't he on Epstein's list?
Well, I don't know about actual royal family Prince Albert, but the Prince Albert piercing is a genital piercing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A phallic piercing
Well.
specifically.
Clearly, I don't know.
Man, I'm just watching our YouTube numbers just disappear as everybody
Goes to
just like
Cageonomics.
I can feel the people streaming out of the room. Peace out. It's been fun.
Actually, just went from 184 to 191.
Yeah.
A lot of very family-friendly images of a Prince Albert piercing.
No way.
You Googled that?
I
Yeah,
did,
it's a banana.
Yeah, it shows bananas. Like,
on your phone.
Yeah, I
On your
showed
phone.
Alondra. I'm like,
On
they
your
have a ton
phone,
of banana.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
makes
gotcha,
sense.
yeah.
Very wholesome.
Again, guys, so Georgia, remember, as we sit here on the edge, Georgia, not good on the mound, incredible at the plate. LSU, actually, sneakily good on the mound now, still a mixed bag at the plate. Can you keep pace? Can you contain Georgia? And then can you do enough? We'll see.
Look, I mean, Georgia trying to be LSU. They go get their pitching coach, Wes Johnson, to be
Yeah.
the head coach. Their AD, where'd he graduate from?
Yeah, Wes Johnson, suck at nerd.
LSU.
I hope you lose.
All right, they tried to steal Jay Clark from us. Did he
Yeah.
start there? Maybe he did.
They want to be
But
us
he didn't
so
win a
bad.
championship
They tried to
until
take
he
it
was
back,
at
though.
LSU. I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Get off our jock, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murray.
You want to
know,
be us so bad.
Speaking of, okay, so we talked about Austin Maddox trying to have sex with that underage
We
girl
didn't
and
talk
getting
about that on
arrested
air.
for it.
Yeah, I
we
think
talked
that,
about
that
it
was
off
an
air.
off-the-air
Now
conversation.
Former
everybody
Red
knows.
Sox pitcher Austin Maddox thought he was chatting with a 14-year-old, drove to her house, and got promptly tackled by police. Awesome.
Low
Hell
man
yeah.
wins.
Well, guess what the city of Athens was known for back in the day? Banging little boys, okay? And nothing has changed. So get out of here, Georgia. It's time to teach y'all a lesson. You can't bang boys. Bottom line. Or girls, for that matter.
And there goes our chances in Chicago.
Yeah.
Georgia. Why? They like that too? Let's go! That's
Lead
a
off
hit,
single.
boys! Lead
Lead
off
off
single
single.
for Braswell!
Didn't I say like all season to put
did.
Braswell in the leadoff
You did.
spot?
You did back in like
True.
April.
True.
I'll give you that. Early April.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Tommy.
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 Yeah, I like this.
Tommy.
Sitting here talking about a game at 9:30 in the morning.
I know,
Grind
it's
that
never get to do
sawdust,
this.
Tommy.
It's like a field
Grind
trip.
it. See,
Yeah.
that's how Charlie Condon should look. That's a man right there.
We should just go to break because we're watching this.
Tommy just
thing.
murder.
Yeah.
We got to get the tanks at bat on air first. Oh, he's going for it. Look at him. He won. Actually, we don't have time. We got to do a break. We get a break with more OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com. Communitysteelco.com. Give this thing a ride, Tommy. You go to Community Steel Company there in Gonzales, Louisiana. All your purlin, tubing, steel buildings, accessories, sheet metal. It's all manufactured right there on site. Remember, the best prices. Nice pitch. Widen it out, Tommy. The best prices. Because they buy directly from the wholesaler, and then again, they manufacture. So you can actually form relationships with the live local human sales team. You can see and feel and touch and taste the product before you buy. And well, there's a reason why they're disrupting. Oh, get through. Yes! There's a reason why. That's a hit! Just like Community Steel Company. CommunitySteelCo.com. CommunitySteelCo.com.
They're always a hit.
Always a hit.
It doesn't matter what time of the day. It could be early morning, 9:30 a.m. Actually, it can be 7 a.m. You know why? Because they've been there since 7 a.m. Ready for you in Gonzales, Louisiana. Go to the website to find that location, CommunitySteelCo.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll be recapping LSU Georgia from the SEC tournament, and Shea Dixon stops by 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Dude, did that ump just feel bad
I think he
for
did.
the pitcher?
I think he did.
Oh, there we go. What we tell you? Josh Pearson, clutch!
3-1 great!
Let's go! 0 outs right now. Bases juice. Pearson steps to the plate, sends it up the middle, 2-0. First and second, no outs are already in the pen, boys.
Let's go.
Let's go. What a start. What a start.
I love this.
Yes.
I love everything about this.
I do too. I feel
My
young
heart
again.
is pumping.
I feel young again, like I went to Rejuve Me Medical.
Okay.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You want to feel like one of these young, dumb, and full of confidence lads out here that were watching ball?
Almost got me again.
Well, look, you go to Rejuve Me Medical today, you get that free consultation where they draw your labs, your body becomes the guide for them customizing a plan for you. So, like, maybe it's HRT, maybe it's semaglutide, maybe it's not, okay? The point is, there is an answer to fight the untreated effects of aging, and it's at Rejuve Me, and they're going to, again, customize based on what your body is telling them it needs. That's RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. Nookie says FCC is going to shut you down for the play-by-play. I don't think so. They don't even shut down
We're not even play-by-play.
I was going to say, Amber, they don't even shut down our favorite channel, remember?
Well, first off, like, they're only
Yeah.
shutting you down for, like, inappropriate stuff, first off.
Yeah,
that doesn't classify.
And if we don't get shut
Yeah.
down for some of the things that we talk about, it ain't going to be
It ain't going to be because of play-by-play of an SEC tournament
No.
game.
I'm
Ain't
a
happening.
Marzawani
It's going to be
and-
because of Austin Maddox.
Avo says, keep an eye on their bullpen. Don't want no cheaters coming out. Yeah, you remember that?
Oh, I did forget about that.
Trav,
Yeah.
give one a ride, baby.
God, he's been on those last two. But
Mustache ride. Let's go, Hayden. I do need a beer. I agree, Scott. That would be the only
What happened
way.
to the Coors Light that we sent
That's
Taylor to
better.
go get?
Yeah, I bought like was it a 24-pack or
You
a
bought a
12-pack?
24-pack?
I think it was
No,
a
we
12,
only bought
but
a
like
12-pack.
there's no way there's none left in there.
Yeah, we drank them. I drink them
drank
over the
2.
next couple weeks.
Oh.
Yeah. We kept drinking them on Fridays.
Taylor, go again. You got 20
Bro,
minutes.
this pitcher just does not have it.
Good.
Just does not have it.
Good.
Later.
what does it tell you like the fact that Gage Jump is starting, and we heard Jay Johnson say over the weekend that he felt like LSU was one of the top 15 teams in the country. But with him starting Gage Jump, does that make you believe that he maybe thinks different than he said over the weekend?
Great take. Wait, what?
He must have had a heavy dose of carrots in his diet.
You must have had some carrots for dinner last night.
I think it's the same thing as like we have to get at least this first one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, over the weekend he felt confident, but that's just a coach trying to sell his program.
Yeah.
Like I would too. But starting Gage Jump, I mean, that kind of gives you, the thought that he knows what this game means.
Okay, that'll advance.
enough?
That'll advance. Almost dropped that
hairy.
thing, bruh. No, so I think that, I think Jay just has always been Jake. This is what you've always loved about him. He's always about winning every game no matter what, right? And starting Gage Jump would be in keeping with that. I don't think it's a great risk. I think he only threw 80 pitches. I think it's a fine amount of rest. I think Gage Jump has MLB aspirations. And like we said, you didn't come here to play school. Well, guess what? You're going to play the next level. You're going to be pitching in what, 3 days, 4 days? What do they do, 3 days, 4 days?
Maybe 5 days, but.
5 days?
Yeah.
The point is, you can pitch, though, I guess sometimes on 3. Whatever. The point is, though, yes, this is something that will be in Gage Jump's future, so I have no problem here. Let's go, Monster!
Look, this is one of the great examples of, things LSU didn't do earlier in the year, right? You got first and second, nobody out, but you have a productive out.
Yeah.
You get Travinsky to hit a sacrifice fly. You got station to station. Bear Jones goes to third, and now you've got the guy that's one of, if not the hottest hitter on your team outside of Tommy White, and Milam up at the plate. And what's been a bugaboo for this team? Runner on third, less than 2 outs, getting him in. So it's a big spot early in the game.
The other one has been disciplined hitting, and they've been taking very disciplined at-bats.
Yeah, I mean, just that pitch that Travinsky took on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough boy.
Let's go, Monster.
Especially like when the pitcher's already struggling like he is, it's going to be so depressing for that pitch to not get called a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is new for us, so
I know.
y'all bear with us.
I don't think anyone cares, to be honest, guys.
I feel like everybody's watching.
I think everybody's watching the game
game.
anyway. Yeah, I don't think anybody really cares that much, to be fair. In fact, I think most people would want us to just stay on here after the show and just continue to watch the game.
Yeah.
I wish I could. But we got actual work we have to do after the show, unfortunately. Let's go to break, and when we get back, we'll do some Ask the Bench to wrap it up.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. Go there on the website today and go look at the gallery, guys. It is going to blow your mind. It's fantastic. For all your, look, if you want an outdoor living space, outdoor kitchen, pergolas, bulkheads, any size, type, or fit of fence, a completely customized pool or a spec pool where you still have a bunch of options to make it your own. Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. Bases loaded. Let's go, Mile Mark.
Yeah, like T-Bob said, though, I mean, any custom pool that you want, they can get that done. They also have a thick pamphlet of pools that are spec pools that you can choose from. And it's not just your typical, what?
You said a thick pamphlet, thicklet.
A thicklet. I like that. Okay, you can choose from one of those pools as well. They can do it all. Pools, outdoor living, fences, bulkheads, PECbuilt.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dog.
Sandgriff joined me and Jimmy out for the Tuesday edition of Live at Lunch. We are at Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in Mid-City, and we'll be right alongside LSU and Georgia in the first round of the SEC tournament. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Tuesday on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right. Man, Georgia struggling to find the zone thus far. Bases juice. It's a 2-0 count. Who's at the plate right now?
Mac Bingham.
Bingham at the plate.
Top the first. Tigers up 2-0. Bases loaded. 1 out.
Looks like they went to
count.
Kenny Powers out of the pen, though.
Nah.
Again,
like that.
let's. I'm very excited. I love this beginning. We do have to. Oh, he went. We still have to.
I think that's the guy. Is that the guy that had a little sticky on his hands? I mean, the guy that had long hair.
He did have long hair, but that guy seemed like they're kind of electric closer type. There's no way you're putting the electric closer type in here. But again, look, whatever. It's a great start. Just recognize that this game is far from over. This is a Georgia team that has as good a bats as anyone in the country.
Hey, Mac.
You got to find something.
You got to do. You got to get that runner in, Mac.
Oh my God.
What are we doing here?
Little infield fly, piddly little thing.
It's like they're not really throwing strikes, so find the good one.
Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Kerslap, Vizzy Art Tilton, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench, why does Tay-Tay hate Tears for Fears? Yeah, why is everybody so against bringing back Tears for Fears Fridays?
Look, we never actually discussed it. I would
Every time we talk about
it,
I feel like y'all shut it down now.
No, I'm okay.
I don't think
with
we've
it. I
ever
don't care.
talked about it.
Yeah.
I feel like we have, but
that video is electric.
I agree.
Yeah,
we can
do it.
definitely
Why don't we do it
play
anymore? All right, then we got to bring it back.
Yeah, that is
Because
not
every time
something
you bring
that
it
I
up, you're like,
crushed,
we'll talk about it after, and then we don't talk about it.
Well, I thought it was Taylor that shut it down. He's
No,
like,
so much so when
absolutely
I-
no way.
listen,
I'm going to do
when
my
I
own
took
It wasn't
thing.
a thing when I started.
When I
doing
took
this.
over for Danny, I just didn't play it like the first 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
Taylor's
just
fault.
forgot. No one
Yeah.
ever said anything, so I was like, okay, they clearly don't want it, so I just never played it.
Big Taylor energy here.
Ask the Bench, did y'all tell Taylor Craig Schilling gave him a Twitter shout out yesterday?
No.
No.
If he's not on Twitter,
If he's
then
not
he
on Twitter,
messes
he doesn't get
out.
the
Like I
shout
don't
out.
know. Yeah, I don't know what to
I mean,
tell
I
you.
literally still got it.
Hashtag Ask the Bench, best seafood to fry.
Catfish.
What was the shout out?
It's really tough
He
between
was just
shrimp and
saying thank you.
catfish.
I mean, T-Bob, a thin piece of catfish
No, I know.
is
a
going to
thin,
get
great,
smoked.
just crispy, deliciously seasoned piece of catfish.
And I feel like
But then
you
again,
can't
like-
mess that up. Like you can't you can have bad fried shrimp.
Fried shrimp's got a pretty high floor as well, though.
I love fried shrimp, but you can have some bad. Like I feel like catfish.
I don't like them
It's
Chinese
a bigger
shrimps.
hit rate. Bigger hit rate.
I'll honor my mom's father and say fried catfish. Ask the
Mom's
bench.
father?
Yeah, my
Your grandpa?
grandpa. Yes, but I was saying which grandfather, guys.
Yeah.
You dummies.
Say maternal.
It's still weird to say it the way you do.
My maternal
My maternal grandfather. There you go. Thank you. He was
Trying
a
to hit
fried
that word
catfish
count.
master. Come on, Ashton.
Oh, is he?
Come on, Ashton. Oh,
he's Toledo Ben, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He no doubt knew how
Yeah.
to fry up some catfish.
Ask the bench, if you get a Disney tattoo, what and where
I would
it
never,
be?
never in my life would do that.
If I got a Disney tattoo,
T-Bob's getting Pumbaa.
I would get Stitch dressed up as Elvis.
It'd be the worst. It's like the guy who buys the Pumbaa I farted shirts.
That's why I said that.
Yeah,
Because you told me about that shirt.
No, I would probably just, you get Stitch as Elvis?
Yeah.
Bro, you cannot get
That's actually a pretty good tattoo.
Ooh.
Damn it.
Larson, why are you chasing me?
Okay,
Yeah, that
so
was-
all
Why
in all,
why can't you get a
After
Stitch
kind of a
tattoo?
bit
After I
disappointing. 2 runs
complimented,
with
they're
3
quite
hits. Nothing can be bad, but like, man, the bottom of the order really could have come through for you
It
there
was
in a
2-0
bigger way.
and down first and second, nobody out.
Yeah, the bottom of the order could have come through. I mean, base loaded 1 out.
Again,
Bingham and Larson, that's a bit
the
disappointing.
situation they have struggled all
Because 2
year
runs ain't gonna be enough
long.
here against this team. But anyway,
We'll see. Gauge jump.
I think
There.
Lilo and Stitch.
I don't know the Disney world. I know Hudson, my 11-year-old, like he's into,
loves Lilo
like
and
he
Stitch?
likes Stitch. Yeah,
Huh. I've always
Like
found
he's
Lilo
always
and
has
Stitch
been.
fans to be a bit odd.
Happy Gilmore's a Lilo and Stitch fan. Shout out Happy. She
Really?
works at Disney, so
Oh, Madison. I thought you meant like Adam Sandler's character
that is where I
in the
went to.
movie. I was like, I don't think so. I don't think Lilo and Stitch was out there.
That's what I called her.
No, I know. No, I know that now.
And
I
she
feel
works
like-
at Disney, boots on the ground. So joke's on you.
I feel like the people who like Avatar are the people who like Lilo and Stitch.
No.
If you get
No.
a Stitch tattoo, that's weird, dude.
You asked me at Disney. I don't like Disney like you. You're a Disney adult. I'm not.
I just would not
So I gave
get
you
Disney
Stitch
anything.
with
Yeah.
Elvis.
I would probably just get a little hidden Mickey. Get a little Mickey somewhere.
If anything, the rose on Beauty and the Beast.
No, that's real.
Okay, there you go.
You really went out on a
Rose.
limb with the Mickey tattoo.
You know me. I like the fundamentals. That's fundamental right there.
Get the Goofy tattoo.
What are you trying to say?
Ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Ask the bench.
Another banger, by the way. You know this one?
Yeah.
you know
Did you ever
Black
rock a
Rose.
goatee or a soul patch in your days? I did not. Jake
yeah.
did.
Soul patch all day, every day, because we
Yeah.
couldn't have facial hair in high school. But you could get away maybe, just maybe, with a soul patch for like a day and a half before they realized what it was. And so that's all we had. So we did it. Otherwise, they bring out the single blade Bic razor that you'd have to shave
Ew.
with. Oh, it hurt.
Ooh.
It hurt.
Ask the bench. If you had an erotic dream about Joe Burrow, does it really count?
What do you mean?
I mean,
I don't know
you
about
actually
counting,
had the
Yeah.
dream.
but it doesn't matter. Like, it's Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Just accept the dream.
Oh, okay. I get the question.
Be
now.
happy that you even got to be with Joe Burrow, even if it
Right.
was just a dream.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
It was only just a dream.
Isn't there nothing weirder than like falling in love in a dream and then like having actual feelings towards that person when you wake up?
You got to talk about that during the break here.
Lady, y'all.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go Tigers. Beat Georgia. Beat the Bulldogs, baby. You want to ignite your career. Why don't you explore with the MMR Group, the largest instrumentation electrical contractor in the entire nation, which is headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, but does have offices all over the globe. Why don't you explore what they can offer you? If like outstanding benefits, a dynamic culture, if these sound like great things to you, well, I don't care if you're a college student seeking an internship and a bit of guidance. I don't care if you've been in this business for a while, you're a seasoned pro, or if you're just starting out. Again, MMR has a variety of positions available. So explore by going to mmrgrp.com. That's mmrgrp.com. Trust me when I say you are going to be blown away. Ooh, is that a hit? Oof. All right, mmrgrp.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.